Kiki. Welcome to my channel. Let me make sure I got my little headband on straight, girl. Anyway, everybody, welcome to my channel. I'd like to say, first of all, thank you to my new subscribers. I appreciate y'all. I think I got like 10 new subscribers. I'm just amazing that y'all subscribe to my channel. Y'all come here to listen to me talk. It is Sunday morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment on the video. I know some of y'all gonna have comments. I do have another channel called Nomadic Kitty. I will give links in the description and in the comment section about Nomadic Kitty, where I talk about culture, travel. I will be doing my travel videos. I have shorts and regular videos. If you have any suggestions for any topics, I am taking suggestions. And so I do we can do real destinations. We can do destinations that don't exist. I just, that's something that's more of what Nomadic Kitty is. Good morning, Tiffany. Nomadic Kitty is more of my heart. It's more of me. I did do a video about Sean Diddy Combs on Nomadic Kitty, so y'all can, like I said, I'll put links in the description after I put this video up, so y'all can take a look at the video. If you guys, I'm at work washing my clients' clothes. Oh, okay. Washing your clients' clothes, girl, what? Y'all will see me read things in the comments. This video, I'm going to give my opinion about the Sean Diddy Combs video that was released by CNN. I'm going to put links in afterwards for the CNN video. Yeah, Tiffany says Diddy is the devil. He's something. He's something else. So I saw when I heard about the video, this video came out a couple of days on CNN, broke this story. There is a video of Diddy in the hotel with Cassie, his ex-girlfriend. Now, Cassie Ventura is a singer. She was a model. She was his ex-girlfriend. They were together, I think, for 13 years. And back in November, she sued him. It's a civil lawsuit, not a criminal lawsuit, because the statute of limitations has gone past. So she sued him, and he turned around and settled for an undisclosed amount of money, because he didn't want all that smoke. Even at the time that he settled with Cassie, there are people online defending Diddy. Numerous charges have come out besides Cassie. There's allegations of all kinds of assaults and all kinds of human trafficking. And if you go and watch the article, I'll post some, like I said, links and articles about all the charges that Diddy is up against. The FBI raided his homes, his boat, all kinds of things. So before this, I think they were saying his son came out with a diss tape where he was dissing the FBI. I didn't know about this until yesterday. I was like, how do you come out with a diss tape dissing the FBI? Like the FBI cares, but but the FBI takes their time and investigate, and they seize tapes and properties and all kinds of things. All kinds of rumors have been out there about Diddy for years, but they all came to a head. But back to Cassie. So Cassie accused him of many things. There's a whole affidavit that I went and read, and the things that she has stated in her statements about things that happened. And she did bring up an incident that happened in March 2016. Well, CNN somehow got a hold of this tape. I don't know how CNN got a hold of it. It was in the hallways of a hotel. So if you have not seen it, please go watch it. People are asking, first of all, I'd like to address the elephant in the room about the hotel. The hotel management is no longer there anymore. So people are doing research on the hotel. Let me repeat it again. The people that own this hotel now are not the same people that owned it in 2016. The people who owned it in 2016 actually sold the hotel in 2020. So it is under new management and new ownership. So whoever owned the hotel, back in 2016, who Diddy paid $50,000 for this tape, they're long gone. So eventually somebody's going to find who owned this hotel back in the day. Hotels are just like restaurants. Okay. I worked in the hotel industry for 3.5 years. Hotels are like restaurants. There are restaurants that are owned, that are franchised out. Like they have the name, just like McDonald's. I give McDonald's as an example. There are McDonald's that are owned by McDonald's corporate, and then there's McDonald's that are franchised out. The same thing for Hilton, Marriott, Best Western. There's actually hotels owned by corporate, and then most of the hotels they lease and they franchise out the name. So just because a hotel is named, like I don't know what kind of hotel this was, but just because the hotel is named Hilton, Marriott, or whatever, it doesn't mean it's owned by Hilton or Marriott. They're individual owners, and individual owners can do whatever they want to do. And then somebody said, I remember somebody saying the past couple of days, people were saying, well, is that not illegal? It's not illegal for what? If he wants to go to the hotel owner and spend $50,000 to get that tape, that hotel tape, that's not illegal. There's nothing in the law saying that that's illegal. She didn't call the police at the time. There was no crime reported, so they're not tampering with evidence because there was no crime. She didn't report it as a crime. So he spent $50,000 for this hotel tape, and God knows how many other hotel tapes or venue tapes or whatever where there's cameras. I'm sure where there's a camera ad in the public, Diddy has probably paid for that camera. Like, did you think this is the first time he acted a fool in public? Tiffany said 50 Cent had posted the video on his Instagram too. Okay, yeah, people have been posting it all over the Instagram. 50 Cent don't care. He'll roast anybody. Again, I saw I didn't think nothing about the video. I didn't think it was that bad. Then I was like, you know what? I see it popping up on my social media, on my YouTube. So I said, let me watch it. I watched it and I was mortified. Again, let me warn y'all. I'm going to tell y'all right now, what I'm about to say in this video, some of y'all going to get mad. Some of y'all are going to get upset at me. Some of y'all are going to unsubscribe. Some of y'all are going to unsubscribe may the church say amen, because I did not come to pray today. I came to slay. Okay. Some of y'all are not going to like what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it anyway because I don't care and it's my YouTube channel. I have never been a victim of domestic violence. Like I've never had a man put his hands on me. For all the women that have experienced this, because there are women saying that they have been done. I mean, he snatched this girl up, drug her. Cassie is all about 5'1" and a $105. Diddy is you can tell he work out because his workout done. This fool came running out of the hotel room with a towel on, dangling, flapping in the wind, just flapping, just with a towel held around him. I mean, there was no audio, but the way he grabbed her and snatched her, I ain't never seen before. Like I said, I ain't like some of y'all. I didn't grow up in a household where my grandmother hit me or snatched me up or called me out my name. Again, it is amazing to me, the things that people have experienced. I never had a dude abuse me. However, I can say I had a boyfriend when I was in my late teens that was verbally abusive and emotionally abusive. No audio. AK said no audio was needed. I didn't even want to hear the audio. My heart probably would have broke if I would have heard the audio. My heart probably would have broke. Because when I saw that and then he threw her on the ground and he kicked her worse than a dog. I see people say kicked her like a dog. I'm like, I don't think Diddy even treats his dogs like that. Like, I think he probably treats his dog better than he treat his women. But my heart sank. Like I just all I could do was say, oh my God, over and over again watching this video. Like that's all I could say. Because I ain't, like I said, I didn't grow up in a household where people were fussing and fighting and arguing. For my kids to see that video, they was like, they don't even know who Diddy is. They was like, what? My kids was shook. They was shook at y'all. They was like, my son is like, why he beating it? Is that his girlfriend? I'm like, yeah. Hello, GSP. Welcome. Everybody make sure you hit the thumbs up coming in. I was shook. Like GSP, I know you saw that video and probably was like, Lord have mercy. I thought about GSP. I thought about all the women in my life that I know that have experienced somebody snatching up like that. And I shuddered. I wanted to jump through the screen and just deal with this man. I wanted to snatch her up and drag her off somewhere. She walked out of the room with no shoes on. She was trying to get on the elevator. She was trying to leave. Apparently, according to the deposition, he was in the shower and she grabbed her stuff to leave. That she tried to leave. So all these people talking about women, why don't you just leave? There are women who tried to leave and lost their life. The most dangerous moment for a woman in a domestic violence issue is when they try to leave. Y'all not on that. Statistics bear it out that when women try to leave, that's when women end up losing their lives. That's when they end up getting beat real bad. That's when the person attacks their children. Like whenever a woman about to leave is the most dangerous thing. So when they tell women that if you are going to leave, make sure you plan it out. Again, to read it is one thing, But to see that, I understand GSP. It was not easy for a lot of women. I know. I have a friend that experienced that at the hand of her husband as well, and it. I mean, she just shuddered. You know, she just like it was like nauseating. Like she was gonna vomit. Like because it brought back such memories of her husband beating her up and snatching her up. I ain't never seen nothing like that in my life. Like I said, I ain't like some of y'all that grew around domestic violence in the home. I had a grandmother and a loving grandmother that never called me out my name and everything like that and everything like that. So I thought if you have not watched the video, go watch the video if you can. Trigger alert warning. Um, it was shocking. Like it was heartbreaking to see her crumple on the ground. Like and like I said, Cassie's just a little thing, and she's so cute. You know, her little face. Like who would hurt somebody that looks like that? Like her little face is so angelic. She's so pretty to me, and I was like, who would hurt? You know, but then again, they said Diddy abused every woman that he's been with. So this ain't the first time. It's not the last. They said he'd abused almost every woman. And abuse is, and that level of violence is always about control, you know, and I was in shock. So yeah, he's a monster. Something's wrong with him. So we're going to talk about the semi elephant in the building. Okay. I know. Again, I said in my other video, I did another video about Diddy. I'll try to reference that video as well, where I talked about that. I have a relative that worked with Diddy behind the scenes when they were producing an album. I know people in the music industry, and I know somebody that worked with Diddy. He claimed that Diddy was not gay. So he never said that. He never thought Diddy was gay. I've told people for years I never thought Diddy was gay. I said he may have been bisexual, but I never thought Diddy was gay. I thought Diddy for sure liked women because he was always. And then, like I said, my cousin who worked with Diddy confirmed that Diddy was always around women. That he surrounded himself with women, and so it wasn't ever an issue that he ever thought he was gay. He never hit it on. He never hit on him. He never saw him really hit on a man, nothing like that. My cousin also said that Diddy was fun to be around, that he was a fun person to be around, but you just don't get on his bad side. So that's what my cousin said. That he felt that Diddy was volatile. You know, I said this in my other video that he felt like Diddy was a volatile individual. I had to go and talk about Diddy's childhood. Y'all understand that Diddy's father was a pimp, a hustler, a dealer. That Diddy's father got murked when Diddy was young. And so his mother, okay, I'm going to tell y'all things that I have heard. Again, this is all allegedly. Y'all take this with a grain of salt. So I heard from some people in New York who grew up around in Yonkers and grew up around upstate New York where Diddy lived and everything. These are the things that I've heard, okay? I heard that his mother was working all the time and that Diddy was babysat by somebody that could possibly have essayed him as a child, okay? I've heard that. I've heard that his mom was for the streets. I'm just going to put that line. I don't mean like she was out streetwalker, but I heard his mom was for the streets. So, and I heard that she wasn't, you know, yeah, Diddy's father worked with Frank Lucas. Like American Gangster, like Denzel Washington, Frank Lucas. He was in that circle. Diddy was for the streets for a while too. And his mom was for the streets. Like I've heard that there is some kind of instability there, mentally and emotionally with his mother. Again, this is all allegedly, but I heard that his mama is not, you know, the same person. So again, I tell people all the time, people want to blame children. This kid's bad, this kid's fast, this kid, but you don't know what's going on home. Like I said, me as a parent, and I have a teenager and I have a 10-year-old. These kids, you be amazed what goes on in these kids' homes. You be amazed at what kind of things goes on that me as a parent, I don't agree with, I don't like. I just sit back in shock that people let their kids do certain things and talk to them certain ways, and their parents are gone all the time. And I'm like, Tiffany said Diddy went to Mount St. Michael's High School in the Bronx and graduated in 1987. Tiffany, no, she in that neighborhood. Do you know Diddy, Tiffany? I don't want you to get you in trouble. I don't want Tiffany to get snatched up in here. They'd be like, where Tiffany at? I ain't seen her on here in a hot minute. Tiffany be somewhere gone. Talk about I'm out. I ain't coming back on here. Like, but yeah, I know a few people in New York had told me that yes, like GSP said, it all starts at home. You don't become that angry. The anger I saw in Diddy, like it was an anger that echoed with my soul that I've never experienced. There was something very visceral and angry the way he snatched her up. Like it was scary. Like I felt like I was watching a horror movie. I was like, no, 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 no. Oh my God, oh God. Like I was afraid like if he had a weapon or something, he would have hit her with it. Like I just felt like if she was on the stairs, he probably would have pushed her down the stairs. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like watching a horror movie live. Like it was watching someone, like I've seen videos because I'm into true crime of videos about people, kidnapping people and assaulting people, how they get it on CCTV. That's what I feel like I was watching. I felt like I was watching one of these predators pounce on prey and then drag a person off. Like that's what I felt like I was watching. GSP said that was childhood trauma he was using on people. I believe it. I don't care what people talking about. Diddy, honey. I tell people, statistically speaking, look up the numbers. Most psychopaths and most people who commit crimes, violence against women, violence against children, it is something that is a childhood trauma that they're dealing with. I'm not trying to excuse Diddy's behavior because I'm not. I will never excuse this man's behavior. But you don't just wake up that angry. You don't just wake up and snatching bitches from the back and punching them and kicking them. You don't just decide to have a whole woman drug ring and this is stuff that's learned. Now, as an adult, when he started working in industry and he was an intern, I told you that he worked for some of the biggest people in the industry. That lifestyle is learned. That lifestyle is a lifestyle that he decided to adopt, that he decided to be. Like some people over here trying to talk about what Diddy hooked up with certain people and he had to do certain things. Diddy didn't have to do nothing. He didn't have to do nothing. He chose that lifestyle and just went with it and took it to a whole nother level. Just like R. Kelly. I said the same thing about R. Kelly. R. Kelly didn't have to do the stuff he did. He enjoyed the stuff that he did. Diddy, I feel in my opinion, he enjoys the power and the control and the party and the lifestyle and the drinking. And he likes all of that. But something went on. You don't wake up like that. You don't wake up that warped and twisted. You don't wake up that angry. Something had to happen to you as a young person where the streets raised you or something happened. Because again, a kid is not born that way. You're not born. I don't care what people are trying to say. There's nature versus nurture and all that. But you don't wake up that crazy. He way out there. He way out there. So I can understand that people are born, yes, with synapses and things not screwed on tight, and then other things happen in their lives that pushes them more towards that. But for the most part, most people who are serial killers, people who are violence, they experience traumatic things in their childhood. They experience traumatic or dysfunctional relations with their parents or brothers and sisters. There was something a lot of times, because like I said, I'm a big true crime fan, and I love things about like serial killers and stuff like that. I've been into true crime since the OJ Simpson trial. since the OJ Simpson trial came out, I became fascinated, and I've read many books on Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer and stuff like that. And I always go back to the psychology behind it. Again, if you don't subscribe to Psychology in Seattle, I would really advise you subscribe to Dr. Kurt Honda's Psychology in Seattle. He's a channel I watch all the time. He do 90 Day, he do serial killer, he do all kinds of topics about. He's a psychologist. He's a world-renowned psychologist, and he's a teacher. He's a professor of psychology too. And the way he explains things is very like down to earth. And the way Dr. Honda is the best. Just said most of all my mental patients had a lot of awful childhoods. Yeah, and it's sad. And then people want to blame the kids. People are like, why these kids out here wilding out? I'm like, okay, what's going on in a lot of things is going on in their household that y'all don't really know. Make sure y'all thumbs up and like the video when y'all come in here, please. I appreciate it. But so I saw the video and I was shocked. So I get online and just start reading things. And like I said, here comes the part that some of y'all are not going to like. There are many people who, first of all, let me address the elephant in the room. There are many people who defended Diddy. They said that Cassie was money hungry, and they came out against Cassie online. And I'm like, so where y'all at now? Where they at? Where they at? Where they? I'm looking high. I'm looking low. Where y'all at? Y'all owe this woman an apology. Cassie, we just want money. Cassie, she trying to get attention. Cassie, they blame Cassie. Well, how do we know? I mean, people came out and defended Diddy. And even after all the investigation and charges, AK said all those people on some bullshit. They all quiet now. Right. So my question is, why do you people, not just celebrities, but average people were too, like in comment sections, why do y'all defend these famous people? Y'all know these famous people ain't shit. Stop defending these famous people. Stop defending these fucking people. They're not shit. They're people just like we are. They make mistakes. They have issues. They come from families of issues. They got a whole issues worth of family. Why do y'all want to seek to defend these people just because they can sing a good song and dance a little bit and they can jig with a curse? They diddy bop, jig with a curse. Him up there with Mace. Y'all know Diddy had dirt for years. The same thing about R. Kelly. I didn't understand. I'm like, Robert fucking Kelly gave out some coats and some turkeys to Chicago, and y'all motherfuckers was stigmatized over R. Kelly. Why? Because he gave out some turkeys. Why? R. Kelly wasn't a scholar. Diddy is not a scholar. He's not a teacher. He's not a civil rights leader. He's nothing. Why do y'all defend these retro bait ass people? I said it in my Monique video. I said it in my Cat Williams video. So here's where it gets controversial. You people get online. I'm not saying y'all personally because I don't know y'all, but people get online, not just defending Diddy, but people get online and they talk about the industry, how Hollywood is so awful. Okay, how the music industry is so awful. But when Drake and effing Kendrick Lamar for 2 weeks, that's all I've heard about. So again, if there's no money in it, do you think these people would be powerful? It's money, pure and simple. People try to add conspiracy theories to it, and it's ritual. I'm telling you right now, as somebody who does rituals, who used to be a Wiccan and does rituals, there are no real rituals in Hollywood. These people may think they're doing some sort of witchcraft because I don't know, but there is no real witches and witchcraft in Hollywood. These people may think they're doing something, but they're not. Again, if there's no money in it, the power goes. So again, y'all hate the industry, but then y'all at the movies, y'all watching TV, y'all buying records, y'all salivating all over Kendrick Lamar and Drake, and I'm just sitting here going, why? But then y'all talk about y'all hate the industry. Do y'all not know Diddy wouldn't be able to do the things that he did, and these music moguls and these people high up in Hollywood wouldn't be able to do what they had to do if they didn't have the money? So why do y'all still feel it? Y'all like, hey, Kendrick Lamar. Do you know how many albums Kendrick Lamar and Drake sold because of this quote unquote beef? Y'all decided to salivate. Black community. I'm talking to you, black community. Do you know how many records they sold? That's what I was looking at. I was like, so how many albums are they selling? Let me go look. What kind of downloads they got? Do you know how many clicks and views people got on social media because of it? You know how many YouTube vloggers vlogged about Kendrick Lamar and Drake and the feud and was on Instagram? You know how many people ate off of that? Lots. And so y'all want to believe in conspiracy? Let's start with that. Blueface. Really? 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 Hey, Mariah, what's up? Like, so it's schizophrenic to me that, oh my God, the industry is terrible, but y'all still buying albums. Oh, the industry is terrible. Y'all still going to movies. Like, y'all still consuming it. Y'all get up there and listen to freaking Cat Williams and Monique drone about on and on about bullshit so they can sell tickets to their next comedy show so they can have a Netflix special and talk about how they're outside the industry. Baby, please. Baby girl. I'm going to do an AOC. Baby girl. I told y'all before. When I did in my Cat Williams and my Monique video, I said, y'all really falling for this? Cat Williams telling it like it is. He's telling it like it T.I. is. He's in the industry too. You think Cat Williams ain't did nothing? Oh, but he's outside the industry and he's telling it like it is. I'm sitting there going, yeah, right. Yes. Yeah, I did the AOC. Yes, baby girl. Yes. I had to do that. I love AOC. She was like, baby girl. Like, y'all are like, Cat Williams and Monique. I'm like, you know, they both in the industry. So you think they haven't done things in the industry just because they get on Shannon Sharp show and they air whatever they want to air out? And I said it before and I said it again. These people air what they want to air out about black people. Where they airing it out about producers and people and CEOs? Where they airing it out about that? The casting directors who really run the industry. Cedric the Entertainer don't run the industry. Cat Williams don't run the industry. Monique don't run the industry. Entertainers don't run the industry. Ain't nobody getting out here talking shit about Diddy. He's a producer. He high up. Well, why would they try to tell? You mean to tell me Cat Williams ain't been to a Diddy party? He did a whole comedy thing about him going to a Diddy party. So Cat Williams, on your self-righteous high horse, why didn't you report on what's going on in a Diddy party, Cat Williams? Because your show made a comedy joke about it. I was there when he came to Dallas and made a joke about going to one of Diddy's parties. Usher sat there and did an interview. Usher Raymond. So why didn't y'all tell about what was really happening when Usher was 15, 16 years old and his parents shipped him off to Diddy? So where was all these people at? So again, if y'all want to fall for this, y'all go right ahead. I just sit back and laugh. That y'all really believe that these people, they're honest. Y'all think Monique is honest. Y'all think Cat Williams is, oh, okay. Y'all want to take a side between Monique and Oprah, and they're all in the same business for the same thing, money. That's what this is about. This is not about morality or oh, they're just being honest and they're being candid. These people know what to say and know who to piss off. Because again, I've said where are them dragging the real elites, the real people that run the industry. Okay, Williams, you're not talking about casting agents. You talk, Cat Williams got there talk about, well, black men got to wear a dress. Who is making black men wear the dress, Cat? Oh, okay. We just going to drag the actors. We just going to drag Martin Lawrence. But we're not dragging the person who wrote Big Mama's House, who produced these movies, who are the casting directors, who run the industry. Talent doesn't run the industry, y'all. It's selective outrage. It's selective. I want to tell on these other black people. And I said I didn't agree with that because talent don't have no control in this business. Y'all want to drag Kevin Hart? Go ahead and drag Kevin Hart is laughing all the way to the bank. Kevin Hart know how to play the game. But they're angry because they have not played the game correctly. And they didn't reap the rewards as other ones that have played the game. Yeah, that's what GSP said. I mean, they're performing. That's what they do. It's performance. I said, y'all believe that shit on Shannon Sharp? Oh, y'all believe that performance? That Cat Williams performance? Oh, okay. I just sat back and laughed in my last video. I said, you know, he's just smooth and skates over that. Yeah, like let's talk about the real people in the industry. Oh, ain't nobody gonna talk about Jerry Seinfeld? Oh, okay. You're not talking about Adam Sandler, who has a huge production deal with Netflix? But we're going to talk about Cedric the Entertainer. What is he doing? We're going to talk about what? Ricky Smiley. What is he doing? Last time I knew he was on the radio and he had a cruise. So we're going to talk about people that don't have no power and no influence in the industry. And then Cat Williams is going to get on Joe Rogan's show and what happened? He didn't go on Joe Rogan's show acting the fool. He got on Joe Rogan's show and stepped and fetch it. Step and fetch it. Yes, boss. Yes, massa. I listened to the whole Joe Rogan interview while he sat there and and quiet talked and talked in hushed tones on Joe Rogan's show. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, he got there and was like, he ain't go after Joe Rogan and his organization of miscreants. He got on Joe Rogan's show and was like, well, Joe, look at me. Y'all stop playing with me. He got up there on Joe Rogan's show and talked in hushed tones and was like, well, Joe, fuck out of here. But you gonna clown black people. Okay. But you're not gonna clown Joe Rogan? And he has a reputation in the industry that I won't get into. Yeah, he got skeletons in his closet as well. But guess what? He has a bigger audience than Shannon Sharp. He's been in the game a long time. You think Joe Rogan ain't seen some shit? You think all these comedians, Dave Chappelle, all of y'all ain't. Come on now. It's low-hanging fruit. But they won't go after the real people who are running Hollywood. Let's talk about that. Oh, we not? Are we not going to talk about, we're not going to talk about that? Oh, we just going to drag other comedians. Okay. I'm like, this is a performance and an act. So I tell people, for all the people who talk about the entertainment industry, but then Kendrick Lamar or Blueface or whoever one of these retro-bait rappers that y'all listen to, Sexy Red or whoever the F ever, that y'all put on this pedestal and covered like they're God, they're not. And these motherfuckers come up here and be like, I'm not voting for Joe Biden. Everybody's like, They're a rapper. They have 11th grade education. Some of these people barely passed high school. And this is who y'all follow? And then when it turns out that these people are doing criminal activities and they're doing immoral things, then y'all are like, Because again, everybody loved Diddy back in the 90s. I like Diddy. I like his music. Everybody was like Diddy Bop, Diddy Bop. Everybody, they had songs about that. No Diddy. There's a whole song, rap song talking about no Diddy. I'm at the club, no Diddy. I'm in the bar, no Diddy. Really? Because y'all love Diddy. Y'all love these retrobated ass, immoral ass, gutter snipe ass rappers and entertainers that y'all think are some kind of thought leaders, and they're not. And they're dumber than a box of rocks. And then y'all be like, the entertainment industry, it's demonic and it's evil. But then y'all going out buying their albums. If these people had no money, they had no power. So it's a simple. How do you cure Hollywood and entertainment industry? I don't know. Stop buying that shit. Don't give them no attention. GSP said nobody was talking about Cassie since 2008, so he got to make up drama. Right. Do y'all not understand how the game is played? This is the game, the celebrity game. It's a game that has changed with social media, but it's the same game. People back in the day before social media in the 70s and 80s, people would do interviews with Dick Cavett, or they would go on some talk show or something like that. It's the same game, just a different apparatus. But if you think that you are following people in Hollywood or the music industry, you're going to go straight to a cliff and jump the F off. These people don't know nothing about nothing. I'm not following no celebrity who got who know shit about anything. They don't know nothing about nothing. How the hell Cardi B gonna tell me how I should vote or who I should vote for when you studied nothing, when you don't even know history, when you don't know nothing about nothing, when you barely passed high school? So I'm gonna let these people be thought leaders in the black community. Y'all kill me with that. Get some real people who know what they talking about, who has skins in the game. Get in touch with, there's plenty of real activists online. Historians, scholars, but y'all don't want that. Y'all want to complain about the industry, but then follow right behind it. The industry is never going to change. So when it comes to Diddy and everything that he did, congratulations. You did that. Where you think they get the money from? Oh, these elites in Hollywood, what, funding off of your money that you buy their out? Oh, okay, but we're funding it. So you can sit on your self-righteous high horse all you want to and be like, this is terrible. And people who are like, I'm Christian and it's just demonic, but you buy into it. You watching Netflix, ain't you? You taking your kids to hypocrisy. I just sit back and cackle because I'm like, do y'all not see the folly in all of that? Do y'all not see the irony in all that? They wouldn't have any power to do. When they talk about quiet on the set with Dan Snyder and Nickelodeon, why was Dan Snyder allowed to get to do whatever he did? Because all of his shows were hit shows. Because y'all mofos was watching iCarly. Y'all was watching all these shows. Y'all was watching them Nickelodeon shows and them Disney shows like it wasn't nothing. Y'all was all up on Nickelodeon. He was allowed to do what he would do because Dan Snyder was a hit maker. Because the shows made money. I mean, and like I said, back then there were rumors, but people didn't really know what was going on. But I feel like Dan Snyder can come out with a TV show today and you motherfuckers are still going to watch it. Well, Dan Snyder's horrible, but I do really like that show. He has shows coming out now. What are y'all talking about? So this selective outrage is good, but nobody wants to do nothing about it. He brought in the checks. Yes, Dan Snyder single-handedly propped up Nickelodeon. All these people was eating. I said the whole entertainment industry. Everybody, there are people who are just carpenters, who are just worker bees, who work in accounting, who work behind the scenes, that are just worker bees. They work for studios and they just work. The celebrities are the face of the industries. But they're small. They're like less than 5% of the industry. Most of the industry is behind the scenes worker bees. So you got to understand the industry it employs a massive amount of people in this country, and they bring a massive amount of revenue in for these states, for Florida, for Texas. Whenever they go film a movie somewhere, they got to pay, the venue. They got to have hire caterers. So wherever a movie go. And film a movie, they bringing in industry. They're drivers, they're security. People eat good off the industry. They feed people. So a lot of people, this is their livelihood. This is what they've always been a part of. Yeah, Dan Snyder was on the Head of the Class. I forgot about. I used to love that show. And the other guy that was on the Head of the Class, let me tell y'all something about the other guy that was on the Head of the Class, that was his best friend with him, became the head of Paramount. The other guy that was on the show on Head of the Class. Yeah, I used to love Head of the Class. I forgot he was on that show until I watched the documentary. Yes, and the other guy that was on the show with him, the dude with the long hair, they were best friends, and that dude became the head of Paramount. So that's another reason why Dan Snyder was able to, I didn't know that either, that the guy was head of Paramount. I forgot the guy's name. But he became the head of Paramount. So he went from an actor all the way to the head of Paramount with Dan Snyder as one of his good friends. They met on the set of Head of the Class. They were in the show together, and he became the head of Paramount for a while Dan Snyder was in his heyday. So how about that? I didn't know that. I had no idea. Like my jaw dropped when they said that he became the head of Paramount, and Paramount owns Nickelodeon. So yeah, I tell people all the time, like, y'all can get mad all y'all want to, y'all can say whatever y'all want to say, but at the end of the day, it's a system. It's a system. We live in a system. You take away the money, they have no power. You all this stuff that Diddy did, people are like, well, dang, how much money did he have? Obviously a lot. I mean, he's in jets and he has home. Diddy has a lot of money. Diddy has a lot of money. Brian Robbins, yes. He was head of class. Yep. Brian Robbins will end up becoming the head of Paramount. And him and Dan Snyder and Brian Robbins were best friends. Matter of fact, Dan Snyder wouldn't have a career if it wasn't for Brian Robbins. Because Brian Robbins had connections in the business, in the industry, even before he met Dan Snyder. And he had like high up connections, from what I've been told. And so he rose up to the ranks and became like the head of the studio. Yeah. Robin Givens, I forgot she was on that show too. Yeah, Brian Robbins owns Nickelodeon. Yeah. He was the head of the studio. So it's another connection. Hollywood is all about connections. But I tell people, you can complain about the industry all you want to, but if you're not going to stop consuming and following these people, then you're just feeding into the narrative. And so people can talk about conspiracies, they can talk about elites, all they want to, but it's about, at the end of the day, it's about money and power. And I tell people, everybody has a price. I don't sit on this moralistic high horse. Like I said, I got family in the industry behind the scenes and one family member that's on camera that I haven't. I told y'all before my cousin was a basketball wife. I won't say what her name is, but she was on Basketball Wives. I love her to death. But like I tell people, I said the industry, it is what it is. But you're not going to break the industry because there's too much money in it. There's too much money in it. It's like saying you're going to break big business. That's impossible. Entertainment industry is up there with big corporate business. They run in the same circles. They hobnob together because, and so it's the same circles as corporations. To say that anybody's going to try to take down the entertainment industry is saying that you're going to take down corporate America, and that's never going to happen. It is ingrained in the system. I tell people, and let me end with this. Y'all do understand that we're in a system. Like we are groomed since children to consume. We live in a capitalistic society. People like, oh, we try to get things back to what? There's no getting anything back to anything. The system was designed this way. People are like, oh, well, we got to do this and oh, we got to do that and oh, we got to do what? The system wasn't designed to be moralistic or fair. The history of our country and a lot of the world is elites, wealthy landowners who came to another country, who decided to build their empire and have workers working for them. That's not conspiracy. That's just the history of America. It's working. The system is working the way it's supposed to work. The elites and the powerful at the top, and then everybody else down here. And the elites and the powerful get to do whatever they want to do. And then y'all pay for it. So somebody put in a video like, well, I was listening to Ashley Says So on her channel. She did a live stream, and I was cracking up laughing the whole entire time because she was like, well, we got to take down the industry. Take down the industry how? You can't. The talent is not going to do it. They're trying to make money. Anytime there's money involved, you're not going to take down anything. Anytime there's money to be had and money to be made, there will be sacrificial lambs. There will be people who pissed off other people or whatever. But you won't take down a whole industry because there's too much money to be made. And money is being made because people continue to buy into the said industry. So the day that people stop buying into it, you'll take the industry down. It's just that simple. It's no grand plan that you need to do. As soon as there's no money in the entertainment industry, them elites go find something else to do. They'll find another hustle. They'll move to another industry. As soon as there's no money in it. Now, the artists and the singers and the dancers and the actors, they will always be there because there are people always interested in the arts. And I'm never knocking anybody wanting to be in the industry because a lot of people going into well-meaning. And the same thing about politics. As long as there's money in politics, there are always going to be politicians. As long as there's money in the industry, there's going to be people, executives, there's going to be people behind the scenes and corporate people. They really run the industry. Talent don't run the industry. I keep telling y'all that talent is just the workers. They're just high profile, highly paid, glamorized workers. But they don't have any real power. They just do what they're told a lot of times. Shut up and do what you're told and you'll be okay. Because they want to be in the industry. The system is designed to work exactly like this. So the people talking about, the system, woe is me, clutching the pearls. I'm like, the system is working great. It's working the way it's supposed to be. Y'all at the bottom, and y'all pay for us us way up at the top. And then we're going to be anonymous, and then there's the famous people, and they could be out there, and they could be sacrificial lambs. But ones at the top, they like, oh no, we y'all stay down there and stay in your place, mind your business, stay in your place. And like I said, nothing is going to change till people understand that your power is in money. We live in a capitalist system, and again, our system from the day we are born, we are socialized to have more. Our whole system relies upon marketing and commercialism. Since we're born, we are taught to have the biggest and best toys. And then when you get to be a teenager, you want to have the best clothes and the best. And then this whole system is geared to you never being satisfied with what you have. You got to get a better car, a better house, better clothes, better appearance. Your skin's not good enough. You're not skinny enough. You're not cute enough. You have to go get injections. You have to go get surgery because you have to keep up with these rich and famous people. Why do you think that they're rich and famous? Because the people need something to aspire to. Aspiration brings in capitalization. That's what it is. Like all of this, these celebrities are a grand marketing scheme for corporations, for elites. That's all there is. You got to put a face on something in order for human beings to go with it. If y'all ever studied psychology and sociology, especially marketing, I'm a marketing major. I went to school for journalism. In journalism, you learn about marketing, sociology, how things work in the media, and how things work, and even more so today with the advent of social media, is all about image. It's imaging and branding. Why do Gucci and Chanel cost so much? Because you're paying for a name. You're not really paying for quality, because they all made it some damn sweatshop in China somewhere, in Malaysia somewhere. You're paying for the name and branding. Why do y'all go along with it? Because such and such celebrity got this purse, or they got this Gucci bag, or they rappers are singing about it. So if you want to talk about rappers, they're all part of this system. Why are rappers out here rapping about Gucci and Prada and name brands and elite brands that they can barely even pronounce? Let's keep it real. They can barely even pronounce these names, and they go out and go to these stores and blow $30,000 on a belt and some socks, because they're part of the problem. Yeah, hyper consumerism. Yes. Yeah, I heard that Diddy is going to apologize too, and they also watch y'all. Once he apologized, he's going to put God into it. He's going to come out and say he's Christian, because of course you fucking Christians, y'all believe that. Y'all are like, oh, he's Christian now. And then how long before he gonna put himself in rehab? He gonna go to rehab. He gonna claim he a Christian. He gonna get on TV and apologize and cry. And then behind closed doors, exactly, he'll laugh at all of you because y'all are like, oh well, I guess he's reformed. Yes, then he'll go back like AK said and do exactly what he was doing before, because y'all want to believe that. I'm saved and sanctified. Okay, let me go back to and then let me just try to be more down low about it. Because Diddy was out there. Like Diddy got so full of his own ish that he just went overboard with it. Like he was just out there with it. You know, like a lot of these people do stuff behind closed doors and they hurry up and they pay people off. But Diddy was out here just wow. He got to believe his own persona. And then his son's out here. And people are like, well, why does his sons do that? And then people talk about the stupid shit people talking about. Well, it's the feds, and the feds got mad because Diddy made a mixtape. I was like, do you really think the FBI gives a fiddle fart damn about whether some celebrity kid make a mixtape or not? They don't care. Who released that tape to CNN? I'm not quite sure. Somebody did. I don't know who though. I'm not sure about that one. I don't know. I heard the CNN had to buy that tape. They got it from somebody. And they might have paid somebody a hefty amount of money for it. Somebody released that tape. I just don't know who. And then I heard people saying, wait a minute, y'all. Hold on to your wigs and your hair, and your natural hair, and your turbans. I heard people online saying, well, we don't know the whole story because Cassie may have been stealing from him. I'm going to say it again for the people in the bag. People are online talking about, after the video came out, well, we don't know the whole story. She may have stole from him. Somebody actually said that on my video that I posted on Nomadic Kitty. Somebody actually said that. I'm like, who raised you? People be delulu. Yeah, they do be delulu when it comes to celebrities. Like, First of all, number one, Cassie and Diddy were in they were in a long-term relationship. So it wasn't like she was some girl that he picked up at the club or met at a party that he invited back to his hotel, that she was just some groupie or something. It was his girlfriend. They were in a relationship. So let's just follow the logic, okay? Let's just go down this little rabbit hole. I have never heard anything come out long time ago, now, in the future, that Cassie ever stole anything from Diddy. First of all, so people are just making shit up. Like, let's just make stuff up. Let's just say she stole from him. Okay, let's just say she threatened him with a gun, and then she let's just say she tried to R word him. I mean, you can make anything up at this particular time. But to say that Cassie, well, we don't know, maybe she stole, y'all are making that up. There's nothing ever Diddy has ever said about Cassie stealing from him. There's no rumors. I went and looked. There's nothing online saying Cassie stole anything from Diddy at any time. Like I said, she wasn't some video vixen or some girl he took home. They're in a relationship for years at that time. This is 2016. They had been in a relationship. They were in a relationship for 13 years. They were about 6 years in. So you mean to tell me that if you think, because I'm the type of person, somebody gonna steal from you once, they're gonna steal from you again and again. So you mean to tell me that you're gonna go in the shower and take a shower knowing that somebody's gonna steal from you? Why would he even still be with her if she had stolen from him? Why would you even leave anything around? And then when she left the hotel room, she had 2 little bags in her hand. So what in the F was she gonna steal? And then if somebody was stealing from you, he would have snatched the bags out of her hand and rifled through them real quick. None of that happened. So none of this is crazy. That people are like, well, we don't know the whole truth. Maybe she stole from him. I said, you sound silly. The logic behind it makes no sense. So someone steal from you, you're not going to grab their bags and look through their bags and look and confront them and be like, where's my stuff at? You're going to and then apparently in the video, if you watch the entire video, he drug her back to the hotel room. So you mean to tell me somebody's stealing from you, you're going to drag him back to the hotel room and then what, spend the night with him? I mean, you're not going to call the police. You're not going to call the hotel. Matter of fact, she was on the phone calling the hotel when she was in the hallway. Mm-hmm. It is the most ridiculous argument that I was so upset when I read that, because I'm like, are you do you know how ignorant you sound? I felt bad for the person saying it on my video on Nomadic Kitty. Yes, some dude said that. Do you know how void of logic you sound? So someone's going to steal from me. I'm not going to call hotel security. I'm not going to call the police. I'm sure Diddy has his own security somewhere. So you're not going to call your security. You're going to run out of the hotel room with a towel on to manhandle and throw her down to the ground, and you're not grabbing the bag and looking through the bags looking for your stuff. Then second of all, Diddy is a multimillionaire. What the hell could Cassie steal from him that isn't replaceable? I said it couldn't be jewelry. I said, what did he steal then? What did she steal then? You know, celebrities, their jewelry is insured. So if their jewelry come up missing or broke, Diddy's at the level that I'm sure whatever piece of chain or whatever he got is insured. What is it's credit cards? You can cancel credit cards. So what exactly in these 2 little bags she was carrying could she possibly steal from him? Not like she took a briefcase out of there. Then I'll be like, well, maybe he carried around some. So do you think Diddy would be sweating if she did steal something from him? Do you think Diddy would give a fuck about a chain or a watch or a credit card or $10,000? Do you think he cares about that? He has enough money to fly women all over the world and be on private jets. And so you think he care about whether somebody, and again, it's his girlfriend. Not saying that girlfriends can't steal, but I'm just saying that why would he be with somebody that's a thief and stole from you before? Why would you be with that person? I don't think he would be like, oh, I'm still going to be in a relationship, because they were still in a relationship for another 4 years. Make that make sense. How does that make any sense? So you don't call the cops, you don't call security, you don't call a hotel. You let somebody leave out the room, you run down the hall with a towel on because you think somebody stole from you. And then on top of that, you beat somebody up because they stole from you. I told the dude in my comment section, I said, who raised you? I'm not going to beat somebody up because they stole something from me. I said, the law says you, and then the law says that you can't do that. The law states you can't do that. Unless she was brandishing a weapon or threatening him while someone's stealing from you. If somebody steals from me, I can't go and assault them. That's what the law states. Unless they're brandishing a weapon and sticking me up at gunpoint or knife point or something like that, then I can defend myself because I feel like there's some level of bodily harm. But somebody stealing my purse or my credit cards, I don't get to run out in the street and pummel them. That's not how that works. I can tussle with them to get my purse back. But I can't get someone steal my purse and me take a baseball bat and me decide to just want to beat them down. I'm going to jail. Ma'am, that's assault. The law states that the equal intention has to be made. So bodily harm, then you're right to defend yourself. Now, there are stand your ground laws like in Texas and Florida, where if somebody steals from your property, that's a whole different thing. But if I'm out at a club and somebody steals my purse, I don't get to chase old girl down and kick her and beat her up in the middle of the parking lot. I will go to jail for assault. You're going to go to jail. Just, oh, well, she stole my wallet. Oh, ma'am, you're going to jail for assault. Because assault is a higher charge than theft. So I can try to get my purse back. Now, if she decides to brandish a weapon and decides to try to fight me back, then it's on and popping. But Cassie didn't fight back. She didn't do nothing. She just crumpled to the ground like a rag doll. She didn't fight back. She didn't hit him back. She didn't do nothing. And then I tell so the people, I couldn't believe somebody made that argument. Like, none of that makes any sense. I'm finna beat up a woman and then a woman on top of that? Okay. I'm like, who raised y'all? I don't know who raised y'all, but I need to have a conversation with them. If you think that beating a woman is okay because they steal something from you, that's okay. Yeah, you drag them back, give them a few licks, then you continue on a relationship with them. But quote unquote, according to this person in my comment section on my Nomadic Kitty, we don't know the whole story. She may have stole. I said, y'all are making this up. And I said, people just making up. I said, but there's no evidence of that. Somebody put it on a TikTok or their social media that she may have been. Y'all were making this. Y'all just made some shit up. Let's just make it up. Maybe I got it. Maybe Cassie was a witch and she sprinkled some juju on him and it made his pee-pee go down. And she sprinkled the juju on him and then his pee-pee shrank. And that's why she was walking out of the hotel room, because she had used magic to put a spell on it. I mean, if we're gonna make up stuff, at least make it be interesting. Or maybe Cassie was really Sauron, right? Because he can shapeshift, right? And so maybe the Dark Lord is coming back. I mean, let's go with it. Or maybe Cassie is a secret Targaryen. I mean, let's go all the way with it. If you're gonna make up dumb shit, let's just make it sound fanciful. Yes, Sauron. Yes. I mean, because if y'all are gonna make up things about Cassie, can we at least make it interesting? Can we put a sci-fi spin on it? Can we make Cassie a secret Targaryen? And she was trying to steal the throne. And she was leaving because she was going to get on her dragon and then come back and burn down the hotel. So we had to stop her because Cassie was trying to get on the Iron Throne. I mean, why not? That sounds better than she stole from him. Don't y'all think that sounds better? Isn't that a bit more interesting? I think it is. I mean, because if you're going to make up shit, make up some good shit. Yes, I said Cassie a secret Targaryen. She was trying to get on her dragon, burn down the hotel. And then, okay, maybe Cassie, she's a Highlander, and there could only be one. I mean, let's go back. Where were her parents? Cassie entered the music industry when she was really young. Like, even before she was 18. Like, when she was 17 years old, like, men were trying to be with her when she was younger and she first came on the scene. I don't know the situation with her parents, but I don't know personally her situation with her parents. Like I've read, I don't know. I don't know the situation. I had to do some research. I don't know the situation behind that. It just seems to me like at an early age, she was just kind of thrown to the wolves out there. That's what it seems like to me. Cause that same thing I asked the whole entire thing. Where her people at? Like, girl, where your people? Yeah, like her parents may could have been offering up as the lamb to the slaughter. Y'all know how it go in Hollywood. Your kid got a little talent, they got a good look, and so they pushing their kids out there. I don't know what the situation is with her parents, but her parents did not do a good job. She got with Diddy when she was 19 years old, and he was like 18 years old, 18 years older than her. And maybe she was just really headstrong and just, but people are saying like about abuse, it starts with the mind. Abuse starts here first. You have to break down someone's mind to get them to keep going back and back into you. From what I've learned. It starts with the mind. They have to make you feel like you nothing in order for you to stay. So, they're going to make you feel, they're going to beat you down up here first. Because people are like, why did she stay? Why did she stay? I have a really aversion to people hitting me in the face. Like, I'm the type of person, like, you can hit me anywhere, but just don't hit me anywhere. Like, the moment you hit me in my face, like I said, I have never had anyone physically put their hands on me. I did have someone verbally abuse me. My ex did threaten me. My ex, a long, long time ago, put a gun in my head, threatened to kill me a few times. My ex put me out his car in the middle of nowhere. Like, I had that kind of volatile relationship. I haven't had, it was no physical abuse, but it was very emotionally, he was very controlling and emotionally manipulative. But again, he worked on this here. My ex told me I was nothing, that I was ugly, that nobody else was going to want me but him, that I was fat, that I dressed like a hoe, like all kinds of stuff. And I was about 18 years old. And then like I said, y'all know during my youth, I was a Jehovah's Witness. So I didn't know nothing about nothing. So here I was, fresh out of high school, 18 years old, being with this 21-year-old guy. And he worked on this here. And that's how we spent 3.5 years going back. We had an on again, off again, tumultuous relationship. My ex was on drugs. My ex would say horrible things to me. He isolated me away. I couldn't hang out with my friends. I couldn't hang out with my family. I couldn't wear what I wanted to wear. I could go on and on. Like, I do a whole video about my ex. And after that, I learned I would never let anyone control me ever again. Ever. Ever, ever again. I would never let anyone talk down to me. I have like PTSD about that. I do. Like, I have a problem with that. Like, I had one of my exes, like, after him, tell me to shut the hell up. Child, you should have seen my eyes. My eyes was this big. He looked at me and I looked at him and I said, what did you say? And I was like, don't you know I picked up something? And I was about to go after my ex, and then my friend caught my hand and was like, girl, no. Because that's how emotionally hurt I was. Like, I had somebody talk bad about me all the time. Like, he would come pick me up for the movie. One time we went to go see the movies. I forgot what movie it was. Again, like I said, I was 19 years old. This person said they love me. They didn't want to be with me. We're going to get married. All this stuff. Like, he said all that. We went to the movies. I had some shorts on that came to like mid-thigh, y'all. Mid-thigh. Nothing thought it. And I had a long sleeve shirt on. And it was kind of cool outside. I got in the car and this dude was like, okay, we not going to the movies. I said, what do you mean? He like, we're not going to the movie. What do you mean we're not going to the movie? What's wrong? I was like, come on, let's go. I'm going to see this movie. I'm going to go out to eat. He's like, I don't like them shorts you're wearing. They're too short. He's like, if you don't go change, we ain't going to go to the movies. I'm like, you tripping. I said, they mid-thigh. They not like little coochie cutters. Y'all remember Daisy Dukes and coochie cutters? Nothing like that. It was mid-thigh. I'm not going with you dressed like that. He made me go back upstairs and change. I went upstairs and changed my shorts, put on some pants. It started like that. Like, it was that simple. It started like that. Come on, babe. We got to make this movie. Just go up and change. It started and it snowballed downhill from there. It went from that to don't hang around your friends. I don't like these friends. I'm not going to be with you because you still want to hang out with these friends. So I stopped hanging out with my friends. He isolated me. Again, I couldn't wear certain tops. I couldn't wear certain things. He was very jealous. He would come over my house and my phone would ring and he would pick up my phone. Now, granted, this is when landlines were around. And, my grandmother would be out grocery shopping or whatever, and he would come over my phone. And every time my phone rang, he would pick up my phone when he came over and visited me. And my grandmother loved him. My grandmother thought he was the sweetest thing ever. My ex was the devil. Right? We called him the devil. That's the only man I ever dated that ever got away with treating me bad like that. We call him the devil. My mama, he sweet talked my grandmother. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. He was like this white angelic guy. Like, he was a white dude. Good looking. And he just was off the rails. Like, off the rails. I mean, it started out very small and just escalated. Next thing you know, we got into an argument. He put me out the car. He bought me an engagement ring. He threw the engagement ring out the window one time. He put me out the car in the middle of nowhere, y'all. He put me out the car. So before cell phones, this mofo put me out the car because we were arguing. Like I said, he never hit me. He never nothing like that. He never threatened to hit me. He did threaten to kill me. We got into an argument. One time I threatened to leave him. We got into an argument. We supposedly made up. We got intimate together. In the moment of us getting intimate, do y'all know that this mofo pulled out a gun and put a gun to my head and was like, "B, if you ever leave me, I'll kill you." In the middle of getting intimate. This mofo on top of me. We doing the do. And this motherfucker reached underneath his pillow and put a gun to my head and said, "If you ever think you're going to leave me, bitch, I'll kill you dead." And I was like, ruined the mood. And this mofo still kept going. Like it was nothing. And then he would pat me and be like, that a girl. He would talk to me like I was a dog. Because nobody's going to want to be with you. You fat. Like, you better be glad I even deal with you. These are the things that I put up with for 3.5 years. He cheated on me with another girl. That's why, I left. Oh, yeah. Once I got to be around 21, I had enough of that. But this dude was crazy. He's still crazy. This person is still around. He still lives in Texas. He's been married twice. He has 3 or 4 kids. He took over his family business. And from what I know, that his brother ended up taking over the business because now he's a dope fiend. Like, he's like on meth, bad. How did I get away safely? I'm going to tell y'all something. Okay. I had a male best friend who's passed away. Okay. May he rest in peace. He was like my brother, and he hated this dude. And then my ex always accused me of sleeping with my best friend. My best friend was just my best friend. And he was a dude. May he rest in peace. But my best friend told me, he's like, if you don't get away, this dude's gonna kill you. And then my best friend told my mama what's going on. And I was mad at him for a while, but my best friend's like, I'm gonna tell your mama. My mama didn't know, because I know if he told my mama, the hammer would be dropped. So my best friend and my other friend on 3-way, y'all remember 3-way landlines and 3-way? Yeah, I know y'all remember 3-way. They got on 3-way and they called my house, and my grandmother answered the phone. And they sat here and told her what was going on. They're like, do you know Michael is doing this to her? Do you know? By the time I went to work and came home, my grandmother was standing up in the kitchen and she was like, we need to talk. Is this true? Your friend Jessica and your friend JT just called me. And that's how it stopped. And my grandmother's like, had I known this, she's like, this is going to end. And so my grandmother, she changed our phone number. Breakthrough calls. Yeah, be like, oh, hold on, my line's clicking. You click over. But my grandmother put her foot down and she didn't allow us to see each other anymore. And I told my ex this. And like I said, by that time I found out my ex was cheating on me. So that kind of further, I'm not going to be cheated on. Like there's many things I went through, but I ain't cheating on is not one of them. And I couldn't see him anymore. So that was what drove us a wedge apart because I couldn't see him anymore. My grandmother. And then eventually, we broke up and then we kind of like got back together and it just never, and it eventually it just didn't work out. And I just, talking to my friends and my grandmother sat there and talked some sense into me and was like, you don't have to do this. But I'll tell everybody with my kids, with me, because I was a Jehovah's Witness during my teens, I had no experience with dating. I had no experience with men. I didn't know how a man is supposed to treat me. I didn't know none of that, y'all. I am doing everything in my God given power to raise my kids differently. Besides the Jehovah's Witness thing, like I'm not a Jehovah's Witness, but besides that, I feel like we are not raising our kids with an emotional awareness and we're not talking to our kids about relationships. People may talk to their kids about the birds and the bees, about sex, about, puberty and everything like that. But I think we really need to talk to our young people about relationships, not just, like boyfriend and girlfriend, but then friendships as well too. So, when my kid turned 11, like we went out and bought some books and we read the books together during the summer. I'm going to buy some other books where we're going to read about, because my son's a teen boy. I don't know anything about a teen boy. I'm not a teen boy. I don't have any reference to being anything about a teen boy. So I get these books and I read these books and they help me. Like you explain, like, everything that's going through, emotion. If you don't teach your kids, yeah, somebody else will. you know Emotional and mental abuse is it's a lifetime. It took me years. I didn't get no therapy for what I went through with my ex. I wish I had, but but it affected me in a bad way, in a good way. I don't let anybody talk to me crazy. And for a girl who was not raised that way, I was not raised somebody calling me out my name. It was shocking to have somebody call you a B and then turn around and say they love you in the same breath. Like I like my brain exploded. I didn't know that this was a thing out there. I was very sheltered. Again, I was brought in a household where I love my grandmother. I love my aunts and uncles. We I didn't grow up in a house where people were yelling and fighting, and I didn't grow up in a house with a lot of domestic, issues. Like I grew up in a house with me and my grandmother. It was me and my grandmother for the most of my life, and we got along great. My grandmother was my best friend. I never disrespect her. I would never do, and even on me being in a gang and me joining the gang. Like I said, I'm tell y'all. Speaking of my ex, the reason why I joined the gang is because of my ex. My ex got me in the gang. He was a gang member. The reason why I got this tattoo, my ex gave me that tattoo at his house. The reason why I was named Pebbles is because he was Bam Bam and I was Pebbles. I used to have red hair. So the reason why I became a blood is because my ex was a blood. So not only was I in a bad relationship, not only was I in a volatile relationship, I was going to house parties over gang members' homes. My ex would get mad because somebody would even look my way, and he would get mad and he'd be ready to fight them. Like I've been shot at because of my ex. I've almost got beat up by Crips, a gang of them. I've been like in almost a Crip brawl that we had to run up out of there because some black dude looked at me and he was like, "You MFer," and that dude had like 5 or 6 boys with him, and he was a blood, and we were bloods, and they were Crips, and we were all at this friend's party, and they almost got into it. Yeah, I'm telling you, my ex Michael is the reason why I was in the gang. He was in the gang, and of course, I had to be in the gang too because I was so in love with this person. He's my first love. I'd never been in any relationship ever. I didn't know anything about relationships, emotionally, mentally. I didn't know anything about sex because I wasn't taught. I'm trying to undo all of that with my children. When we talk about how is it, especially my daughter, I wasn't told that I needed to be treated a certain way. I didn't grow up with a father. This is echoed down to throughout my life that I had to learn the hard way. I'm still learning the hard way. I'm almost 50 years old and finally got it right. Finally got it right, y'all. I know how I should be treated. It's taken me almost 50 years to have that realization. So when I see people, especially young people, are being abused, Cassie, there's things about Cassie and Kim Porter, Diddy's ex. They were saying that she was making fun of Kim Porter. She was young. When my ex cheated with that other chick, Lisa, I still remember her name. I would call her up and be like, "Ha ha, bitch," blah blah blah. She would call me and be like, "I got your man." You know, like I'm not gonna hate on Cassie for that. Like I heard people saying, "Well, she deserved it because she was mad at Kim Porter." We don't know what Diddy told Cassie about Kim Porter. Because a man will tell you anything about the other chick. She a horrible mother. She a drunk. She a cheater. She did. We don't know what Diddy told Cassie about Kim Porter. So I'm not gonna sit up there and be mad at her because she then they try to accuse Cassie of colorism. I'm like, she would have dark as hell. Diddy darker than me. So obviously she didn't have. And then the dude that she was with before she was with a basketball player before that she dated, and he was a dark skinned dude. So they trying to accuse Cassie of some kind of colorism or something. She wouldn't be with some dark skinned ass brothers. Like Diddy is a chocolate dark skinned brown man. The dude that she was with before was a chocolate dark. All the men that Cassie been known to be with have all been brothers. So I'm like, if she had a colorism issue, I can't see her laying up in the bed with Diddy anyway. I wouldn't lay up in the bed with. I don't find Diddy attractive. He's not my. He like his persona is attractive to me. But his physical appearance, I don't know. But to sit there and justify that she deserved to get her ass whooped because she may have mocked Kim Porter, that's what men like that do. They pit the women in their lives against each other. That's what they do. Ha ha, I got your man. How many of us have done that? I've done it. I've been the mistress. I've been the other woman. And called a girl and been like, ha ha, bitch, I got your man. You rather be with Biggie than Diddy. Oh Lord. Yeah, they doing the most trying to justify. I just amazing that the people trying to do the most to justify abuse. Like that's crazy to me. There's no justification for that. They trying to villainize somebody that don't need to be villainized. Like I'm just like, that's weird to me. And when people do that, if anybody come in my comment section, I'm gonna put the warning out right now. Let me put my spoon down. I'm eating my yogurt. This is my fruit and yogurt parfait. Y'all see it? It got strawberries, bananas, and granola. I gotta eat that before I go to the gym. If anybody try to come in my comment section talking about, well, Cassie was this person, don't do it. Because I'll read you for filth. Y'all know I've been reading people filth in my comment section on both of my channels. Boom, I got your boyfriend. I got your man. I got him. Boom, I got your boyfriend. Y'all remember that song? That's what I'm saying. Next thing else, they're going to say Cassie was bipolar and crazy and she was nuts. And like I said, anything to excuse somebody getting there. Like anybody that come in my comment section and you defend this, I'm going to think you're an abuser. I'm going to call you an abuser. I don't care if you're a woman. I'm going to call you an abuser. So, if you feel froggy, go ahead. Go ahead. Come in my comment section and defend this madness. I'm ready for you. I am here for you, boo-boo. On Nomadic Kitty, we're here for you on there too. I will read you for filth on that. Just like I did, I read that dude in my comment section. I was like, excuse me? Your arguments sound dumb. And you sound like an abuser. Because the people who defend this stuff and excuse this stuff are usually somebody who is at home whooping on their girl. Or think that this is normal. And if you think that this is normal, you need help. You have childhood traumas. Maybe your daddy whooped your mama's ass. I don't know. But you need to get help. Get help. And I will call you. I'll be like, have you had therapy? Who raised you? Did your mama get her ass whooped by your daddy? I'm gonna ask questions. I don't care. Come in my comment section with some madness. Come on, Cletus. Come on, come on. Come to my comment section talking noise about Cassie. I will read you. I'll read you for filth. I will get on every single one of my accounts and read you. I got like 6 accounts. I'll read you. Because I don't have time for it. Same thing with R. Kelly. Thank God I didn't do R. Kelly. The R. Kelly situation made me so angry that I couldn't even comment on it. I didn't do one video about R. Kelly because I knew R. Kelly wasn't shit. Me and my late husband stopped listening to R. Kelly when the tapes came out a long time ago. When he went through the trial or whatever, we stopped. R. Kelly was not allowed in our household no more. We was through. We was through. A entertainer. Y'all want to worship these entertainers so bad. I don't understand it. Somebody help me understand. Please help me. I love music. I love movies. I love K-pop. But I understand these people are human. I just don't understand the celebrity worship. I've said it in my videos over and over and over and over and over and over again. I don't get it. I don't worship celebrities. I don't give 3 flying F's about celebrities. I don't care what they do. I don't care what they say. I don't follow behind whatever they talking about politically. People hang on because some fucking retrobate. Yes, retrobate. That's a word for y'all. The word of the day is retrobate. Some degenerate retrobate ass rapper. He talking about the girl that punk branded you. Girl. I know, girl. I know, girl. I took it to a tattoo removal place and they couldn't. They were telling me they couldn't remove it because it was too. It wasn't a professional tattoo and it was too deep in my skin. It would leave a huge nasty scar on my arm. So I just left it where it was at because I tried to get it removed. But yeah, y'all like these degenerate ass retrobate, degenerate, disgusting entertainers. And y'all worship these people and hang on everything that they say. And half of these mofos got a 6th grade education. Are y'all hearing me today? God knows I love Cardi B. She's gorgeous. She's beautiful. I love her music. I love Meg Thee Stallion. I love a good bop. I'm not saying I don't like. I listen to a lot of K-pop. I stopped listening to American music like 2 years ago. So I listen to a lot of Korean music. I listen to a lot of African music. I listen to a lot of Tyler. I listen to a lot of Afro Caribbean kind of music. I listen to a lot of Korean pop music. I don't listen to a lot of American music because American music I find it insipid and boring. But I let entertainers stay in an entertainer's place. Only in the Black community, where entertainers are all suddenly fucking thought leaders. That they're leaders of our community. They're not. Kendrick Lamar shouldn't be your leader. Entertainers should not be your leader. Whether they're actors, singers, commenters, whether they got their own YouTube show or their own radio show, unless they're a professor like Karen Hunter and Dr. Greg Carr or something like that, people who are really scholared, educated people, they're not thought leaders. They're entertainers. They're here to entertain people on social media, even who are not singers and dancers and stuff like that, who have YouTube channels and podcasts. That's a form of entertainment. YouTube, I'm doing a channel, is a form of entertainment. I'm not a leader. I'm not here to lead y'all to nothing. I don't understand the celebrity worship. There's no celebrity that I'm like, ooh, I really love this. I love this person for what? I don't know this person. I appreciate their talent. That's about it. I miss the illusion of music before the internet. I'd rather not know their personal life. It's hard for me to say because I've never been into music. Like I was in music when I was a little bitty kid, like with Prince and Michael Jackson when I was like 10 years old. Like that was cool. Once I got to be 13, 14 years, once I became a Jehovah's Witness, the illusion kind of rubbed off. Like I think I can say one thing about being a Jehovah's Witness. The one good thing about it is I stopped following. Like I became disillusioned with celebrities once I became a Jehovah's Witness because Jehovah's Witnesses don't believe in celebrity worship, and I didn't listen to a lot of secular music around that time, and that's just a habit I just kept all my life. I stopped listening to secular music when I became a witness at 13. Now I listen to stuff here and there. I don't listen to the radio anymore, but I used to listen to the radio. But I'm not one of these people that put music on in my car. I listen to music when I'm working out, because I need something to hear, but not always. And I listen to music sometimes when I go to sleep, but it's relaxing, like jazz, classical music. But I stopped being into music when I became a Jehovah's Witness. It didn't have its appeal anymore for me. Like it was just like people ask, are people like, you're not into music? I'm not into music. I'm just not into music. When it comes to entertainment and movies and TV shows, there are a few TV shows that I watch. I watch a lot of Korean shows. I watch a lot of K dramas on Netflix. I watch a lot of anime. I don't really watch a lot. I don't watch sitcoms. I don't watch a lot of American shows. I watch a lot. If I do watch an American show, it's going to be sci-fi. It's like House of the Dragon, Dead Boy Detective, something like that. I'm not. I don't. I watch a lot of documentaries. I just getting into the one about Ashley Madison. And by the way, if y'all watch the Ashley Madison documentary, I suggest you do. I did a video about Ashley Madison about 5 months ago that is starting to get more viewers because people are looking up Ashley Madison. And so I did a video 5 months ago about my experiences on Ashley Madison. So just in case y'all curious. GSP says she don't listen to secular music anymore. I don't. I gave up on it. Like it there's a few people on YouTube that I follow that have the same mentality, that they consider the rap industry killing the black community. And I used to not think like that, but I do now. Like I really think that our as a black community, our love of celebrity and love of idols is like one of the detriments of our community. We're the only community that I know of where people are following entertainers like their thought leaders. They don't do this in the white community. They don't sure in the fuck don't do this in the Korean community. They love BTS, but they like, oh, they great entertainers, they're great business people, but nobody is hanging on what political aspiration, what politically what BTS thinks. Nobody is looking at Rowoon, my favorite K-drama actor, and asking him what does he think about, like, medical health care in South Korea. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody's asking idols that question. They're asking politicians, they're asking scholars, they're asking business people. Nobody is asking K idols to fix society in South Korea and find a cure for cancer and world peace. Nobody expecting that. Why black people in America do that? Look, there's lots of reasons I don't want to get into, but it's crazy to me. Don't do that. I'm like, here we go again. Well, such and such said they're not gonna vote for Biden, and so I don't give a fuck with Macklemore. No, with all due respect, because I like him, or Cardi B, or Sexy Red want to vote for Trump. Bitch, vote for Trump. I don't even know who Sexy Red even is. I never even heard her music. I saw pictures of her and I'm like, she looked like one of my cousins from Detroit. Like, I'm like, oh, is that my cousin? I had to look her up just to make sure she wasn't one of my relatives, because she looked just like one of my cousins. I was same red hair and everything. This is who I'm supposed to listen to? Because Sexy Red want to vote for Trump? Who gives a fuck? Who cares? What she got a third grade education? Sexy Red probably can't even spell Trump. Like, what are we talking about here? I'm gonna vote for Trump. Is he the dude? What? I'm just sitting there going, she can barely string two effing sentences together. I can't fuck with people who are less articulate than I am. I'm tired about it. And we's on the plantation, girl. You sound like you just got off the plantation, girl. If you don't sit down somewhere with your Kool-Aid colored hair, talking about, I like Trump with your flat ass boobs out everywhere, talking about, I'm voting for Trump. Girl, I can't even understand what the hell you saying. I need a translator. And I'm supposed to know who the F you are and whether you following Trump or not? Who cares? Who gives a shit? I'm like, and y'all really care? Because Cardi B, we ain't voting for none of them. Pussy, 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 pussy. What? I mean, girl, I just need you to get up there and sing about D and P and shake your ass a little bit more. That's what I need you to do for me, Cardi B. I don't need you to give out voting tips or civil rights speeches. I need you to make them the cheeks clap, clap, clap. That's what I need you to do. Make them cheeks clap. Okay, girl, go sit down. Now go sit down. And let the grown folks do the talking. Go sit down, baby. It's okay. You know how your grandma, your mom be like, go sit down, baby. Go sit down. It's good. That's how I have to do these rappers. Go see. Okay. Okay. Go make your money. Make them cheeks clap, baby. It's okay. You looking good, girl. You looking good. Looking sexy, girl. Right. Like, go sit down somewhere. Who cares? Who cares? Shake them cheeks. That's what I care about. Let me put some money on it. Let me make it rain a little bit. Make you feel better about life. I don't need, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I'm not stopping anybody from going on the internet and sharing their opinion. Cardi B is Sexy Red. They have a right to their opinions. You know, everybody do. They have a social media platform of millions of people. They have a right to share their opinion. But as to whether people listen to it, and people like political analysts, they trip themselves up over it. I get it, because they have millions of followers. But y'all are stupid. If y'all, like, I get embarrassed as a Black person to know that nobody really gives a shit who Timothy Chalamet is going to vote for with white people. No Republican or Democrat political operatives are worried about who some white celebrity who has a big following is going to do or not going to do. Young people may worry about it. It may catch their eye. But when it comes to the Black community, operatives do care because they have more sway with the Black community than white ones do. Why is that? I can't tell you. Celebrities are not activists. Celebrities are not thought leaders. Celebrities can't tell me who to vote for. Celebrities can't even tell me what yogurt I need to pick out at the effing store. You're dealing with people that barely made it through high school, who don't know nothing about nothing or know just enough to be dangerous. Yeah, have you ever heard the term that you so smart, you stupid? That's how I feel it is with some of these celebrities. They heard something on a video, they heard something on a TikTok, they read something in the comment section, they read something one time at this one place on this one site, and all of a sudden now they like, oh my God, I know all about it, and they don't know nothing about nothing. I can't listen to these people because it drives me nuts. Because I'm like, no, that's not right. That's inaccurate. I hate when people know just enough to be dangerous. I hate that we live in a world with social media that everybody has to know everything about everything. I don't know everything about everything. I don't get on my channel and talk about shit that I don't know anything about. There are plenty of, when the Drake and Kendrick Lamar shit came out, I don't know nothing about that. I don't follow these people like that. So why would I report on something that I don't feel passionate about and I don't know about? I don't. Everything on my channel is authentic. It's things that I actually have lived, been through, or know about. I know about the entertainment industry. I have family and friends who are in the entertainment industry. Like I said, my cousin was a real housewife, and then I have another cousin that's an actor. So when it comes about the music industry, my family's been in the music industry. My mom and her sisters were groupies. We were in the Detroit scene, the Motown scene, and by marriage, I'm related to a famous family. So I know about that. I try to keep it real and keep it authentic with you. I'm not an expert on anything. When I talk about online dating, because I know about online dating, because I'm an online dater. When I talk about scams, my mom was scammed by a Nigerian scammer. So everything I talk about on my channel is authentically me. I don't cover topics that I don't know a lot about. If I don't know about it, I don't speak on it because I feel like it's not my place. I don't know a lot about it. I would have to go research. So I don't speak out on certain things that are pop culture topics just for clicks and views. I could do that, but I don't want to do anything that makes me sound stupid. So y'all can come back and be like, Kiki, that's wrong, that's wrong. So my credibility is shot straight to hell. So I don't talk about things that I personally don't have any connection to. GSP says she lives. Tiffany says she watches Young Sheldon. Don't listen to the radio at all. Tiffany says she lives in California. We don't care about celebrities. Tiffany says she watched Law and Order. Oh my God! And GSP says she hates LA. Lord, I ain't never been to California. I'm going to Florida next month for a vacation. I'm gonna post my vacation to Orlando. I've never been to Florida before. So we'll see. I'll post it on Nomadic Kitty. But yeah, I don't talk about nothing that I don't know about. Like, why would I don't, like, I just feel like some people just need to say less. That everybody want to talk about everything like they're an expert. They're not. I can offer you my opinion. I can offer y'all my experiences and just go from there. And I always tell y'all on my channel, these are my opinions. These are my experiences. I'm not gonna get on here and talk about something that I don't know any shit about. I won't do a video about it. Florida looks beautiful. The place that we're going to a resort, it looks awesome. Y'all talking about Robert Englund? I met him before at a convention. There's a convention. Okay, let me tell y'all. There's a sci-fi Comic-Con convention coming up that me and my kids are going to, and then we're going to Florida, and then I'm going to a K-pop concert in July. All of this will be on Nomadic Kitty because Nomadic Kitty is my travel cultural channel. So, but yeah, I've never been to Florida either. Like, I haven't been a lot of places. My kids have never flown before. One of them is excited, the other one's scared. So we'll see. I used to be terrified of Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't like horror movies. One thing y'all don't know about me, I don't like horror movies. I have nightmares, real bad ones. So there's 2 videos that I plan to do things about. I'm going to do a video about my family, about my genealogy and my familial history. I'm gonna bring forth the 2 books that are written about my family, about my ancestors or my family. There's 2 books out there, 2 books out of. I mean, there's many books written about, but it's the same. It's 2 different topics, and I'm gonna talk about my family and my genealogy. Then I'm gonna talk about my sleep disorder because I have a sleep disorder. So I'm gonna do 2 videos about that. So y'all stay tuned. So if anybody out there got a sleep disorder. Y'all got a sleep disorder? I don't know, but I do. And that's something that I've never talked about, like my insomnia, my lucid dreaming, my sleep demon in the corner staring at me with glowing red eyes. Like I'll give y'all information all about lucid dreaming, all about I have I have sleep paralysis real bad. I have sleep paralysis. Like I get it a lot when I'm stressed or when I don't sleep a lot, I get sleep paralysis. So yeah, Freddy Krueger, 76 years old. He didn't played in movies. He didn't got his coins. But yeah, I have sleep paralysis real bad. And I have a high level of insomnia. Like I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning. Yeah, that sleep paralysis demon sit on your chest. Girls, I'm gonna do a whole video about my sleep paralysis. I've been wanting to talk. I gotta talk about it with my kids. And it's pretty shocking. But I just thought I'd come on here and do the Diddy video. And like I said, I know that some people gonna watch this video and be upset and mad because I'm basically like blaming society. But again, to recap, we're all trapped in this society, in this system. The system is working the way it's supposed to. It's going the way it's been planned. So people can stand on their moralistic high horse and about, I understand that what Diddy did, it's his cross to bear alone. That nobody made Diddy do whatever he did. I heard people talking about, well, he was made to do certain things. No, people that high up, Diddy likes the power and the fame and the control. And he's crazy. So he got some kind of psychopathy going on. And I tell people, a lot of CEOs, not just in the music industry, a lot of people in high positions, politicians, lawyers, doctors, CEOs, a lot of them, if you go back and look at the psychology of these people, a lot of these people have the same kind of psychology. So go look it up. Go look up CEOs and inventors, head of corporations, politicians, surgeons. These people, there are interesting studies about the type of psychology to have these types of careers. It takes a certain type of person to lead a company. It takes a certain type of person to be a politician or to be a mogul or whatever. It takes a certain type of personality, and it's never good. I tell people nobody got to the top by being nice to people. Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, whether you're talking about in any industry, when you go way back with J.P. Morgan Chase, go way back to the Titan. When you talk about Andrew Carnegie and all these people, all these titans of the steel industry back in the 1920s. I used to read books and books and books about the Rothschilds and the Carnegies and all these people who were titans of their industry who started big business back in the late 1800s, early 1900s. It takes a certain type of personality to be on that level of success. And you talk about the Gilded Age, like the HBO show. Besides the people who just come into money, who there's just people who are born into money, that family has money. That's a different conversation. But the people who really built businesses up, the things that they had to do to people, they had to remove people off their lands. They had to sabotage things. They had to squash protests and rebellions. They had unsafe working conditions. People died. People got caught on fire. People, I mean, they didn't give enough. We thank goodness every day we have the health regulations and the regulations that we have now. We did not have that at the turn of the century. And people were getting hurt. People were working 14, 15 hours a day. I mean, the backbone of slavery is commerce. I don't care what any, besides racism, the backbone of slavery and capitalism in this country is always a ruling class and a worker class. So we are all in this system together. We are all to blame for Dan Snyder and Diddy and Cassie and Epstein and all these people. Epstein wouldn't have been Epstein if he didn't have no money. Nobody, he would have been hobnobbing with celebrities and politicians unless he had money and power. And money brings power. Because again, we are taught in this society that we got to have more and more and more and more and more, that everybody wants it. And I tell people, do not think that you don't have a price. So you can sit on your high horse all you want to, but I toss that everybody has a price. I don't know who said that. I think it was a wrestler. Was it Ted DiBiase? He said everybody has a price. Everybody has a price. So you people thinking, well, if I was in Hollywood and I was up there, I wouldn't do that. I'm like, really? I cannot. I love my children. I wouldn't do anything against my kids. But everybody has limits. But I honestly can't say that if I had that much power and that much money, that I wouldn't be that crazy. Because people say they wouldn't. But power corrupts. If you could do anything in the world, what would you do? Like if you could do anything in the world and get away with it, what would you do? If you could make people disappear, if you had the power to do anything you wanted to do, well, there's no limits. The only limit you have is your mind. That you can snap your fingers and you can make anything happen. Because like I said, the road, like people said before, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Everybody means well. These politicians, these actors and singers, a lot of them mean well. They start out good. But then when people start throwing money into shit, you're like, people have a different, money make people funny. We've all seen it. Like some of y'all watching this right now, we've all seen it. Y'all forgive Diddy? No, we don't. We know the Puff Daddy fan page is here, ladies and gentlemen. No, we're not forgiving Diddy. Hey, Diddy. Hey, Diddy. And then the conspiracy theories. People talking about Diddy had something to do with Biggie and Tupac. I don't believe that. Or Kim Porter. Kim Porter died of pneumonia. I don't believe that by Diddy. Diddy was here. Diddy showed up, y'all, in the comments. Diddy says, y'all forgive Diddy yet? No, we have not forgiven Diddy. I will never forgive Diddy. And like I said, and I like Diddy. When he did Making the Band, me and my late husband, my late husband be rolling over in his grave because we love Diddy. Like, for real. Fake Diddy is in the building. Lord have mercy. Hey, fake Diddy. The Diddy apology train has already started. He ain't even issued an apology yet. And they already showed up on YouTube talking about, y'all forgive Diddy or yet. That had me laughing. Y'all forgive Diddy yet? Like, dang, dude, really? Can we give it some years? You know, can Diddy go out and he's going to do the press tour. He's going to get help. He's going to cry on TV and social media. He's going to say he's accepted God and Jesus as a savior. All of these things I predict is going to happen. Y'all wait for it. He's going to cry. He's going to do an interview. He's going to check himself into rehab. He's going to become a born again Christian. He's going to come out with a gospel album that's going to be fire, and people are going to believe it, and people are just going to go back to being nice to Diddy again. That's what his publicist and his agent are working on right now. Because, you know, that's what a good agent and a publicist does. What a coward. Yeah. And people are going to either forgive it or not. Like, as a Black community, we're too forgiving. Like, we fought. I'm going to say less about that. Like I said, I can go on and on about my disappointment in the Black community. The next Comic-Con is in New Jersey. Robert England will be there. I think he's going to be at our Comic-Con too. Ours is in June. It's June 8th, 9th, and 10th. And my kids, we're going to be there. I got to find a costume. I think I might go as Storm. I don't know. We might go Storm as X-Men. I don't know. I'm going to get the white hair wig and be Storm. But yeah, I promise Comic-Con somebody going to show up as Diddy. I'd die if somebody show up as Diddy. If they come up with the sunglasses on and the suit and the red socks, I'm gonna take a picture. I'll be like, I know this man did not come up here as Diddy. Because, you know, you got some people dressed as like comic books and sci-fi stuff. You got some people dressed as celebrities. There's always people dressed as some kind of, you know, celebrity. With the toothpick too. You know what? And then the thing about this about Diddy, I liked his aura. Like I said, I'm not physically attracted to him, but that would be the type of dude I would be mentally attracted to. I don't think Diddy is an idiot. I don't think Diddy is stupid. I think he's very knowledgeable. I think he's very, you know, people try to downplay his contribution to the industry. I will never do that. Diddy was a prolific producer and a mover and shaker in the music industry. I will never take that away from him. I will never talk about like, well, Diddy was just put there by elites. Like somebody was saying some shit like that. I said, no, Diddy worked his way from the bottom all the way to the top. You know, and he knew a lot of people and got in good with a lot of people, just like anything in Hollywood. Hollywood is nepotism. It's about who you know, who you don't know, and who you don't piss off. But Diddy didn't learn to do the things that he do just by himself. People talk about Clive Davis. Yeah, like there's rumors going around about Clive Davis for years that he's a piece of work and a retrograde. You know, Clive Davis wasn't like, these people are not innocent. Who own these studios? Diddy didn't own Arista Records and whoever, Warner Brothers, whoever he worked for. When he started working as an intern, he didn't own the record label that he was working for. He learned how to do this shit from other people. Diddy, Jay-Z, Biggie was our youth. I don't care what, you know. Yeah, Diddy, you can't do what Diddy has done in the industry and get as far as he has without being talented and without being intelligent. I mean, you don't survive in the business this long. Period. Put all the allegations aside. Diddy has survived in the business this long by making good and bad business decisions. I mean, but for people to diminish saying that somebody like some elites put him there, Diddy worked his ass off to be in this industry. You know, he now people think Diddy may have pissed somebody off. That's why he got caught. I tell people, y'all don't know nothing about the feds. Trust me, take it from somebody who knows about the feds. I'll say less about that. I know about these alphabet boys. FBI don't do anything on a whim or a rumor. The FBI builds their case for years. They build cases. The FBI is used to building cases against organized crime and the mafia. So the idea that Diddy pissed somebody off, no. Somebody was going to go get popped and they snitched. And that's what happens. Because when somebody gets popped, when a low-level person get popped, they don't want to go to jail. The guy who was supposed to be the drug mule, that Brendan guy, he didn't want to go to jail. It's just that simple. Whole criminal organizations have been taken down, not because of some kind of conspiracy, it's because one person was on tape saying some shit that they hadn't been said and the feds was taping them. Or somebody went and told the feds because they got popped and they finna go to jail. That's how criminal organizations get taken down. When you frame the entertainment industry as a criminal organization, that is the right frame of mind you should go into. Do not look at the entertainment industry as it's some grand conspiracy. It's just like any criminal enterprise. You have your high levels, mid levels, low levels. You have your worker bees at the bottom. You have your foot soldiers at the bottom. So if you want to understand the entertainment industry, look at the mafia. Because it's the same structure. There's no conspiracy. People are bringing in all these fanciful things about rituals and demons. It's just as simple as organized crime. Organized crime has been around, hell, since the Roman days. I mean, organized crime in all its form has been what it's always been for centuries. Organized crime. So if you look at the entertainment industry not as some big mystery, there's not. It's just money and power, just like organized crime. If anybody's been involved in organized crime, which I hope none of y'all have, but being in hanging around gang circles, it's the same thing. There's no difference between the entertainment industry and organized crime. Since Babylon, yes. There's no, RICO charges. There's no mystery here. There's no conspiracy theory here. I'm sorry to bust y'all bubble. It's organized crime. When people are drug mules, they get popped. They get caught. They get sloppy. They get caught. So if you're a drug mule and you're carrying substances for somebody else, do you think you want to go down? You're going to take everybody down with you. Whole criminal families have been taken down because one person got caught or they got caught up in something that had nothing to do with their organized crime. I've read books about the mafia, about the Genovese family, about the New York crime syndicates, all of that. Some crime syndicates have been brought down because of domestic violence. Do y'all know that? That some low-level foot soldier or some mid-level dude assaulted their wife or girlfriend. She called the law. She was vindictive. I forgot which criminal family got taken down. I think it was the Genovese family. She called the law. She got in police protection. They knew who her boyfriend was. And they were like, and she was like, I'm finna get this MFer. He didn't beat me too long. So they bring him in and they're like, we have you on domestic charges. You already have a criminal history. So you're going to go to prison. We know who you really work for. So in order to keep you out of prison, we need you to drop the dime on who you're working for. Do y'all know that this is how criminal organizations get taken down? It could be something big. It could be something small. So just as small as some mid-level thug in an Italian mafia family beating up his girlfriend brought down a whole criminal organization. It was just a domino effect. That's how it starts. It's not a grand conspiracy. The Genovese family didn't piss nobody off. It was one dude beating up his girlfriend. There are family members who got pissed off at other family members and dropped the dime on them. So again, it's not always some big, well, he pissed somebody off higher up. No, his drug mule got popped and you strike a deal with the feds. Why wouldn't you? Who in their right mind is not going to strike? Who in their right mind, if you're 20 something years old, is going to go to prison for 20 to 25 years plus? Because the feds going to try to throw the book at you. You mean to tell me you wouldn't drop the dime on Diddy and try to take Diddy down with you? I would take everybody down. Everybody got to go. Everybody got to go. I'm not going to jail for 25 years at the age of 25. So I get out when I'm 50? Or get out in 10 years? What? Why would this little white boy want to spend 10, 15 years in prison? And then they put in conspiracy and RICO charges. Oh, you'll be in jail about 20 years. You 25 years old, you want to spend 25 years in prison? and you just a drug mule? No. So like I said, there's no grand conspiracy. People get popped all the time. The only thing about it is that Diddy is high profile, but I'm like, you do know criminal organizations and drug rings get popped all the time. I mean, it happens. You're not telling no lies, Kiki. Thank you. The Christie. I mean, it happens all the time, but the only difference is that it's Diddy and it's high profile. But again, for somebody who's been around organized who got family members in prison, let me just put it that way. For somebody who has family members in and out of the prison system on various charges, I can tell you one person can ruin your whole criminal enterprise. One snitch. That's why people say snitches get stitches. Because if you think someone's going to drop the dime on you, you got to hurry up and pay them off or make them disappear. That's kind of how it goes. And then if you don't have the money or the wherewithal to do that, you know, they can get them now, but can't stop now. It's bad boy for life. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. It's bad boy for life. Y'all, I know that whole song though. I'm the definition of half man, half girl. Yeah, y'all Diddy has some bops, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. We ain't going nowhere. We ain't. What's up? We going to prison because it's bad boy for life. Yeah, Mace got years. And then they talked about Shine. I'm gonna do a whole video. Okay. I'm gonna do a whole video about Shine. If y'all remember the rapper Shine, there was a shooting and J-Lo was there when Diddy was there. And I always thought that Shine took the heat, that Diddy paid him off and took the heat, even though Shine claimed it wasn't true. But Shine spent time in prison. The thing about Shine is a whole thing. And I always thought that Shine took the rap for Diddy during that whole thing. And even the lady who got shot saying that she said that Diddy shot her. Mason Cameron has a podcast. Do they really? I don't know what they want from me. It's like the more money we come across, the more problem we see. Oh, sorry, I had my moment. I love to make, y'all don't know, I was a Bad Boy fan, like a huge Bad Boy fan of their music. Like I may work out and go listen to Bad Boy today. Yeah, Shine is like in Belize. He went back to his home country. He was like, I'm out of here. Like, y'all can have all this. Yeah, Shine went back. Shine, that song, Bonnie and Shine, that was me and my ex's song. One of my exes. The one that's in prison. I have an ex that's in prison for 25 years. He just got out though. The garbage bag outfits, yes. Missy, like I said, people are saying that, well, why don't Little Kim and more people come forward? Because their livelihoods are tied to the entertainment industry. Like, you know, their livelihoods is tied to the entertainment industry. So a lot of people ain't gonna come forward because they still got concerts, they still got ties to the music industry. Why would they come forward? My cousin will never really come forward and tell what he tells. He just tells me and I just tell y'all. But he still works in the music industry. He knows things about Diddy. You know, not anything illegal or nothing like that. But again, you're talking about people's livelihoods. For all the problems, okay, and then let me talk about the entertainer vloggers and bloggers who drag the entertainment industry, but y'all eating off the entertainment industry. Y'all got whole blogs and vlogs and show like I had to point out that, like I said, and I love something like I watch Ashley Says So, and she does like music and movie industry like back in the day, like the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Like she does mostly stuff back in the day. But she was talking about the entertainment industry, stuff like that. But I'm like, but girl, you eating off the entertainment industry. Not saying that she's a part of anything or vloggers are a part of anything, but I can't sit up here and be like, oh, the entertainment industry is horrible. My channel is not based around the entertainment industry, but there are people who got whole podcasts and whole shows where their channels are monetized, where they're talking about celebrity news or celebrity gossip or celebrity tea, but then they get on here and be like, the entertainment industry horrible. But I'm like, okay, but the irony, sis, is you're eating off the entertainment industry. She got 100,000 or so followers. And I had to point out to her, I'll be like, sis, but your whole channel is about old school celebrity gossip. So you're eating off the industry. So before you drag the industry too much, you wouldn't have a channel if people in the industry wasn't messy. So I just need people to kind of keep that in mind when y'all following these celebrity people who giving the tea and stuff like that. That yes, they're hypocrite. And they don't even say it. That blows my mind, GSP. How do you not see that you're a hypocrite? That you eating off the entertainment industry just like the rest of them. That you got a whole channel with 150,000 followers. I know your channel is monetized. That you're pumping out videos every week. And then you're going to drag the entertainment industry. I would walk that all the way the fuck back. I would tread carefully on that. Tread lightly. Talking about they see what they want to see. They roll. It do. All these celebrity vloggers and bloggers, and I'm just like, we don't like celebrities and we don't like the industry, but you're eating off the fucking industry. But you're eating off the industry. Your whole lifestyle and your channel and your income is off celebrity news and celebrity gossip. So you are kind of you're part of the industry too by proxy. So you're industry adjacent. So the same industry that they complain about being immoral and all this other shit, but you have a channel about the industry. Like, can somebody please make that make sense to me? And then that you get up there, but you don't see it? I would take a step way back and be like, wait a minute. Hold on. But I have a whole channel about the industry. So you're part of the problem. So you're getting your coins too, ma'am or sirs out there. If you are an entertainment blogger, you are getting your coins off the pain and the suffering of other people. It's just the truth. Y'all are part of the problem. Y'all the reason why celebrity culture has made it so big in the time of social media, because motherfuckers report on it. They talk stuff about it. They have whole channels, whole websites. The Shade Room, Lipstick Alley, The Grill, all of these channels, they get on there and be like, and their self-righteous indignation, and so awful and poor Cassie. I'm like, but y'all the reason why Cassie got her ass whooped. Y'all the reason why Diddy in a private plane drugging women and hitting on stewardesses and got a drug mule. All that costs money. A drug mule ain't cheap, y'all. He not getting paid off of McDonald's hamburgers in a hundreds piece. Like, he not up here taking $100 and some McDonald's hamburgers in a bag. Like, that costs money. So y'all not part of the industry too? They're part of the industry too, whether they want to believe it or see it or not. These vloggers, they get tipped off. They have a lot of these vloggers gets tips. A lot of these vloggers know people in the industry. That's where they get their gossip from. And so they are part of the problem as well. So the vloggers, entertainment vloggers, I put them, they in there too. They're part of the problem. And they don't see it. And I just laugh because I'm like, boy, that's ironic. Henry Hill snitched on his friends. He sure did. Henry Hill snitched on his friends. He didn't want to go to jail. Sammy the Bull Gravano, yeah. I read the whole book about Sammy the Bull Gravano. Everybody gets snitched on. Every dog has their day. The more you do, the more you're going to get caught. I honestly feel that if Diddy wasn't involved in this whole drug thing, because the dope game is different than women, the entertainment industry is different. Once you start going into the dope game, then you start bringing the feds really into it. Like I told people, there's a difference between you just being Epstein and it's criminal and bad enough with Epstein. I read the whole book about Epstein. But if Epstein would have dabbled into drugs, he would have got popped a long time ago. Because the feds don't play when it comes to trafficking, drug trafficking. across state lines, across countries. The feds is always watching that kind of shit. So I think if Diddy got involved in lawsuits even before the FBI. Diddy apparently got so arrogant that he pissed off a lot of people, so people started suing him. So that was an issue, but that's something you can settle out of court like he did with Cassie. He could have just hushed them people up. But once you start dealing in any kind of illegal substances and you're carrying them against cross state lines, baby, you're entering in territory that is not he said, she said. You're actually being caught with money and drugs in your bag on an airplane. The feds don't take kindly to that. Now you would think they would be more serious about trafficking women, but as long as they're not children, they're really not. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. They're really not. Because all the person got to say is that the women willingly went and it's he said, she said, you would need some concrete evidence. But once you start dealing in illegal substances across state lines, there's two things that get you fucked up: money laundering and drugs. Then the feds will show up real quick. The feds are like, what you doing? You money laundering because you're dealing with banks. And the banks will turn you in and drop the dime on you because you're banging into their livelihood and their financial solvency. So once you start, if a person starts doing money laundering, drugs, they'll pop you. You could have some bodies buried in Arizona somewhere, and the feds were like, that's local jurisdiction. You start crossing state lines with shit, they like, hold up, wait a minute, what? Then you're on their radar. So I tell people, Epstein got away with what he got away with because he was powerful and he had money, but he wasn't dealing drugs. He didn't have a drug mule across state lines and country lines. He didn't do no drugs. So Epstein got away with what he got away with for a long time until he got snitched on by one of the girls. He didn't pay her enough money, apparently. Or when it comes to dealing with organized crime and you're dealing with people, you don't know how people are going to react. So either you got to threaten them or pay them off, or both. Because you don't know how people are going to react. And then you got the people that you hire, they got people in their lives. And so they telling their family members and friends what they're doing. Or they get a whiff of what they're doing. Then you get some people who are jealous. Then you get some people who are angry. Then you get some people who want money out of their family members, who they realize, well, you work for this family or this crime syndicate. Why can't I have some money? I need to borrow a couple thousand. You making good money. Jealousy and human behavior is something that you cannot predict. It'll get you messed up every time. And so people snitch all the time. Like I said, there's no difference between Diddy and organized crime. This is the fact that he's Diddy. But he's still an organized criminal, in my opinion. There's no difference than my uncle getting put in the pen for 25 years for doing the stuff that he was doing. He had a group and a crew and people, and then my uncle, he was kind of like a kingpin. So there's no difference between him and, my uncle wasn't doing all that. We talk about trafficking women and, threatening to pistol whip people and blow people's cars up. Like, he wasn't doing all that, not that I know of, but knowing my uncle could be true. But he wasn't trafficking women, and I know that for a fact. He wasn't doing that. But I'm saying Diddy is just an organized criminal hiding behind the music industry. And a lot of these people in the entertainment industry are just criminals hiding behind entertainment industry. Same thing about sports industry. I'm surprised that one of these days the sports industry is going to be put on blast because there's shady dealings and going on in the sports industry that haven't been brought to light like it should, because you're talking about sports industry is $1 billion industry. But there's shady things going on with a lot of these team owners and these managers and stuff. There's been shady things going on. Anytime you have an organization that's full of money, you're going to have shadiness. So I'm just waiting for the sports organization to get their due, because there are shady things going on in sports that's been whispered about, but hasn't really come to light. But it's the same elements in any type of organization like that. You're dealing with a bunch of people who are criminal masterminds, but they just happen to be CEOs of companies. And that's the same thing for any entertainment, even in Korea. Half the people running the Korean K-pop industry, some of the people that they work for or work with, these high-up CEOs, these executives, have ties to criminal underworld. If you look, I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. There's a YouTube channel where they talk about the Yakuza, the Japanese biggest criminal organization in Japan, the Yakuza. They talk about the Yakuza has ties to, there's a whole YouTube channel. I sat there, they have a series about the Yakuza and how they're tied to like Namco, Sony, Nintendo. I was like my jaw dropped. I was like, how these people get funding to start Nintendo? Like there's a whole rumor that the guy who started Nintendo, he had to go hit up the Yakuza for money to start his Sony. There's ties to the. I have to find the channel, y'all. I have to come back, but it's a whole channel that I sat there and watched, and my mouth dropped. It's a Japanese guy to do the channel. He talks about the history of the Yakuza and how deep they run in with businesses and like the tattoos and the women in the Yakuza. I watched a whole video about. I think if you Google like women in the Yakuza, like he's one of the few people that has like video about women in the Yakuza and their role in the tattooing. The women have tattooing too. I didn't know that. But if you look up women in the Yakuza, I'm sure his video will be the first one that pops up. He has a lot of subscribers. But he talks about like businesses, like Japanese companies that we know of, and where do they get their funding from and their ties to organized crime. Same thing happens in America. Same thing happens in Korea. Same thing happens in England. Same thing happens anywhere else. Entertainment industry and organized crime has always gone hand in hand. With the mafia back in the day, even in politics. You talk about JFK and you talk about the mob. We all know, like if y'all watch movies and read books about JFK, about their ties to organized crime, politics and organized crime has always gone hand in hand. Oh, here, the Bronx Tale. It's based on, I thought the Bronx Tale was based on not Chaz Parliamentary. Is he dead? May he rest in peace. I love the Bronx Tale. I thought that was based on Robert De Niro. Yeah, that's what I heard. It was based on Robert De Niro's life because Robert De Niro is the one that liked black women. Robert De Niro is a true one. He's a real one, y'all. Like I know somebody who met De Niro and actually had a drink and hung out with him. And I can tell you that De Niro, I heard that De Niro's a real one. Like he gives a lot of money behind closed doors. And I tell you another person who y'all want to drag all the time, and people drag, and I did not agree with it. Tom Cruise. Y'all drag Tom Cruise to death. But I'm telling you, behind closed doors, do you know Tom Cruise that his cousins are Jehovah's Witnesses? I just thought I'd put that out there. Maxine, hello, Maxine, says the clothes she is wearing is the same one she has on Will under the blanket when Diddy is taunting her. Oh, really? Oh, really? Okay. Thank you, Maxine. Welcome. But yeah, oh, you know the character. I thought the Bronx Tale was based on De Niro. That's what I heard. But I may be wrong. I don't know. But I thought the movie was cute and charming. But yeah, I can tell you that Tom Cruise is weird. That y'all can drag, the Scientology. That's a whole nother topic of discussion about cults and Jehovah's Witnesses and Scientology. But Tom Cruise is a real one. So I can say that Tom Cruise is giving a lot of money to a lot of organizations behind the closed doors. And the same thing about De Niro. Like there's people that actually do good in the entertainment industry, and you would never even know it. That they have funded ever since the 50s and the 60s. The civil rights movement was funded by entertainers, but entertainers knew their place in the fucking background. Diane Carroll and Harry Belafonte, they knew their place. Like they stood next to civil rights leaders, they funded them, they provided their houses as hideouts and places to meet, but they didn't take over the movement. They weren't the face of the movement. They let the face of the movement be the civil rights leaders to be the face of the movement. They weren't the face of the movement for black people. They weren't the face of progress for black people. Celebrities knew their place. They were there to fund. They were there to make inroads. People, they used their power and influence in Hollywood to bring people together, and that's what they did. So I need entertainers, once again, like entertainers in the 50s and 60s and 70s, to know their place. Come the 90s, something went horribly, horribly wrong with us in our society. I blame the 90s. As a 90s teenager, 20-something-year-old in the 90s, I blame that's when celebrity culture just kind of took over. I mean, why? I do a deep dive on that one. But back in the day, I want to get back to the point where celebrities knew their place, which is fund this, fund that, provide this, provide that. I need you to be all the way in the back. That's all I need you to do. Diane Carroll was not up there trying to be the face of the civil rights movement. She did a lot for black people. Josephine Baker did a lot for black people. And she still entertained. It was an entertainer, but and marched and everything like that. Eartha Kitt got up there and marched. Eartha Kitt lost her whole damn career because of the things that she said against the war and civil rights. And she took her ass to France, but she still provided money and support and help and connections to justice rights. And even though the America basically did Eartha Kitt dirty and ran her out of the country, but okay. But celebrities had their place. They had their place in the movement, and they always will have their place. But now it's like they didn't took over, And I'm like, and then the celebrities now are not as eloquent and educated as the celebrities that were back in the 60s and 70s. The celebrities you hear James Baldwin speak, and you hear Eartha Kitt speak. It is so eloquent. It is so articulate. It is so well thought. I've read Eartha Kitt's book. I read about Diane Carroll. Diane Carroll was a real put together sister. Like if you hear these celebrities speak back in the day, you hear Harry Belafonte and Sidney Poitier and the things that they said, on the record, off the record, like it's night or day. And then I got to sit up here and hear these stepping fetch it mongrels up here talking about, hey, dog, I ain't gonna do, I don't know, man. Go, please, stop. You can't light a candle to Diane Carroll. You can't sit in the same room with Sidney Poitier. You're not even on the same level as these people were. With these mush mouth ass rappers who are like, you did this. Yo, man, I don't know. I don't know about Biden. We shouldn't vote. And blah, man, if you don't go sit your ass down somewhere with your mush mouth, no English talking ass, go sit down somewhere. Yeah, all by design to keep control going one way. Yes, and everything is a distraction. Here come the Kendrick Lamar thing. I'm like, shouldn't we be talking about like, our roads and what's going on in our earth and our oh no, we talking about Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Oh, okay, this is what we talking about. So we're not gonna talk about inflation. Oh, okay. So we're not gonna talk about a genocide. Oh, okay. We're gonna talk about Kendrick Lamar and Drake having a fake ass rap war. Yeah, I said it. A fake ass, contrived marketing strategy. Oh, I'm sorry, rap war. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Kendrick Lamar, he won. He won the rap battle. He done won it, y'all. What did he win? And people really having scholarly debates. Well, let's debate the merits of Drake. And Drake is biracial. Really? We gonna go there? The fuck that? This is a marketing strategy. It's a marketing strategy. Drake and Kendrick Lamar. These fake rap battles and rap beefs. It's a distraction and a marketing strategy. How many albums did they sell? How many downloads did they get? Drake and Kendrick Lamar are sitting back on an island with 4 big booty bitches drinking mimosas and on a yacht somewhere and laughing at y'all. Oh man, they really think we beefing. Pastor Cavassier. They on a yacht somewhere looking at booty cheeks, smacking at a strip club somewhere. Why y'all really think this is real? Oh, it's really real though. They rap beefing. They beefing. But then y'all don't care about, y'all talk about the music industry is corrupt. But then y'all give credence to this nonsense. They is. Look, come on now. Now you know they on a yacht somewhere laughing at everybody. They got about 6 hoes. They on a yacht. They watching booty cheeks clap. and they sitting back, dapping each other. Yo, man, we did that, didn't we? We did that. Them people really fell for it. Look how many albums we done sold. We got all the social media talking about this with this fake ass rap war. And watch, give it a month or two. Who are the next two artists that are gonna have a rap war? Wait for it, y'all. Wait for it. Y'all heard it here first. I'm not psychic. I'm just good at marketing. I took marketing. Who's gonna have a rap war next? Two other rappers are gonna show up and be like, "Oh no, they having a rap beef." So who's gonna be next? So who's my question is who's next? Because none of this is real. And y'all buy into this Cat Williams, Monique, rap wars. It's gonna be another rap beef. Meg Thee Stallion versus Nicki Minaj or whatever, whoever, Sexy Red versus Cardi, whoever. Big booty chick girl gonna be against other booty. It's gonna be some females next time. Watch, and y'all gonna come on here and be like, "Oh my God, Kiki, you're psychic. Oh my God, Kiki, you were so right." And I'll be like, "I'm not psychic. I just know marketing. If it worked for them, somebody else is gonna do it." Shannon Sharp got a show. He got all these people on there. I was like, how long before other celebrities are gonna try to have a Shannon Sharp type of show? Then there was a beef between Shannon Sharp and Shaq. Really? I'm just sitting there like, I'm tired, y'all. I just be tired. Shannon Sharp is beefing with Shaq. Shannon Sharp and Shaq, they've been knowing each other for decades. Since when did they not like each other? The next thing you know, Shannon Sharp is going to invite Shaq to his show, and it's going to get ratings because, oh my God, they got a beef and they don't like each other. These days fighting. They's fighting now. They's fighting. And y'all just, he's going to be on the show. Because that's called marketing. Because that's what people do. That's what companies do. That's what marketing managers do. That's what agents, that's what lawyers, that's what people do. There are marketing geniuses out here that all they do all day is sit and strategize how to get more clicks, how to get more views, how to sell albums, how to do whatever. This is not the 1990s where people were selling CDs and they were making hand over fist. They got to get their Spotify up, they got to get their SoundCloud up, they got to get their clicks and views on YouTube, they got to get more people. How many people now are following Kendrick Lamar and Drake? How many followers, how many millions of followers did they gain? That's money. That's marketing, that's branding, that's strategy, that's money. That's genius. And I'm not knocking anybody for getting their bag. I'm just knocking you fools for believing it and thinking this is authentic. Do y'all understand that they pay content creators, like they approach us to push certain do y'all not? I've told y'all the YouTube game over and over again, because I'm not here to lie to y'all. I'm here to tell y'all what the game is so y'all will be informed and not go into things stupid. Do you know that they approach content creators? They send me emails asking me to push products. They will send you free microphones and free cameras, and you just have to mention something about your new camera or put it on video, and then they'll give it to you for free. Do you know I get offered that? I get offers, even me and my small little bitty channel, that I get offers. Once I became monetized, then emails start rolling in with people going, "Oh, well, do this and do that." Once you get monetized and get over 1,000 views and you get monetized, like offers will start rolling in. Do y'all remember when the Grimace Shake challenge was good and people were doing videos and they pretending to die or pretending to lose their life or pass out because of the Grimace Shake? Do y'all think that's organic? Do y'all think that these viral TikTok videos, y'all think that's authentic? About 60% are not. They're created. You can't imagine me hawking some crappy microphone. What if they give it to me for free? I won't. I mean, Drake was on Degrassi. Please don't go there. I found Drake. I was a Degrassi fan. Me and my late husband, we watched Degrassi every Wednesday. Every Wednesday we watched Degrassi. We were huge. When Drake came out with his mixtape, we bumped that mixtape like it was nothing because we love Drake. I still love Drake. Yeah, it's not my style to hot girl. I'm glad you're thinking it. It's not my style. It's not my style to do fake things. But again, I tell people, y'all need to take your emotions out of it and put on more of a business mindset whenever you're dealing with social media. A lot of these influencers, these TikTokers, a lot of these things that go viral, and you're like, why does this ever go viral? Because it's made to go viral. Do y'all not understand that? If you don't, I'm telling you, this is how the game is played. A lot of these concept when the Barbie movie came out and people were doing like Barbie transformation videos, do you know that some of them may have been, content creators doing it, but I throw a side eye to anything. Anytime there's a product or a brand or something involved in a viral video, if I was you, I would look at it and be like, and I would give it the huge, nasty, bombastic side eye. Anytime there's a product attached to a TikTok video that goes viral, or an artist or a song, it's not organic. It's not something that just happened. It's something that's planned to go organic. I say, y'all know they choose YouTube and all these social medias, they push whatever they want to push to the top. When people have what's trending on Twitter, who determines what's trending on Twitter? How do you know that that's what's really trending? Did I just blow your mind? So when people go and look and you pull up your YouTube or your Instagram and they have videos, what's trending, how do y'all know that that's what's trending? It's my website. If I had a social media website, I can put whatever I want at the top. If you go to Google and search what's trending right now or the hashtags is trending, how do you know that's correct? What if they're telling you this is what's trending because they're getting you to click on it? I go and look and see what's trending, what hashtags trend, just out of curiosity. And I'm like, why is that trending? Why is that trending? And if you dig a little deep, you'll go back and find out that usually it's tied to some person or product or corporation or something. So again, when I tell people, when you see things that are trending, when you see things get popular and people start making videos about it, don't you know that companies approach people and tell people to make videos about certain things? And they pay them or give them perks or give them access to certain information and certain things. This is the social media game. That's the real game in social media. So all these dance challenges y'all think are authentic, and I'm like, I don't fall for it. Like I said, social media is not my God. For a lot of people, it is. I have to tell my kids, I said, everything on social media, almost 80% of it is contrived. It's done for clicks and views, and people are sending emails telling people to hawk certain products or post certain videos about certain things. But YouTubers don't want to tell y'all that. Now, there are sponsorships and ads. That's one thing. But people will do a sly video and pretend like they just came up with the video. Like I said, I used the Grimace Shake thing as the biggest, how that was a big thing around the time that the Grimace Shake came out. And I tell people, and I told my kids, y'all really think that's organic? When the Barbie movie came out and people were doing Barbie transformation, y'all think that's organic? Okay. I don't have any proof that it is or not. But whenever a movie come out, somehow some TikTok dance or video or clip or funny or something comes out when movies or artists come out with a new album or a new song, all of a sudden some dance gets to be popular. I say, y'all do know that companies pay artists to dance on other songs and other videos. They ask them to do these things to make it quote unquote go viral. And then when things are trending and go viral, how we know it's going viral? How do we know what's trending? How do we know what's going viral? I got to go online and I got to look at the list and I got to trust that. Do y'all trust that? I don't trust nobody telling me what's popular. You understand that in our society, there are gatekeepers. There are people that are given keys to the kingdom. So that people, you always see them on TV. You always see them doing interviews. You always see these same people over and over again. And you're like, who? These people, some people you never even heard of until they got on TV. You're like, who is that? Oh, this is such and such from such and such. You're like, okay. But then you start seeing more and more and more of that person. So you're like, well, of course that person has to be popular. Are they? Or are they one of the chosen? Are they picked to be popular? Who determines what's popular? Do y'all really think people determine that? Especially with social media, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. You don't pay attention to viral? I don't either. Yeah, people put toys in front of us and we buy it. Oh, Cardi was beautiful before all that surgery. Tell me, there were some articulate actors and actresses that are dead now. Damn, Tiffany. Tiffany just threw the whole industry under the bus. Yes, there used to be articulate actors and actresses and people in the industry that were some of the smartest people. Like David Ruffin was a very smart, articulate man. Even Michael Jackson was very a smart businessman. Prince was. I can't say anything more about Prince. Prince to me was brilliant. I love Prince. People can say whatever they want to say about Prince. Prince was a very brilliant, socially conscious, thought thoughtful person that lost his way. But these were brilliant people. These weren't mushmouth rappers who don't know how to string two fucking sentences together. Yes, Prince was next level. Prince lost his name, was clever enough to take control of his name and get his shit back. They were clever back in the day. These mushmouth rappers miss me with that. These mushmouth rappers y'all want to protect and y'all want to pretend these people are something. They need to stay in their lane and be up there singing and dancing and twerking and doing what they're doing. I need rappers and singers and actors and actresses to stay in their lane. They can have an opinion. They can say whatever they want to say on their social media, but I need people to be like, okay, this is a rapper. They don't know shit. So I'm going to take whatever they say with a grain of salt and just move on. They're not thought leaders. Prince was definitely ahead of his time. And a brilliant businessman. A brilliant musician, talented. Like I said, there's not even any musicians anymore. Do y'all not understand that they don't even play instruments in school anymore? Like we are losing all of our musicians to overseas talent. Like they don't teach instruments in school. My kids' district, this is the third school district we have been in. In all three of the school districts, we had band and orchestra and everything. But I remember as a little kid, remember when they would teach us instruments? We had music class when you were in elementary, and we would play like the tambourine, and we would pick up a violin, and we would pick up a keyboard. They don't do that in my daughter's school. They have not done that in elementary school forever. In order for your kid to learn to play an instrument, it has to be private lessons that you have to pay for. I paid for private violin lessons and private guitar lessons for my son because the school doesn't. They have orchestra and band, but by the time he got to orchestra and band, he was expected to know how at least to play, at least the notes and you know how I go. But they don't offer starting out music at an early age in school, at least not in Texas, not where I'm at. They start teaching cursive. They should have. My daughter has learned cursive, but she hates it. But yeah, they in Dallas and some ISDs and some ISDs in Texas, they don't teach cursive anymore because it's dead. Cursive is dead. It's something that they don't write in. People just don't write in cursive anymore. Like my kids, they can't even read cursive. They have a hard time reading it, which I thought it was so odd. I was like, they were like, I can't read that. It's in cursive. They act like it was a foreign language. They was like, I was like, they don't teach our cursive. They like, no. I think my son, they taught cursive when he was like in fourth or third or fourth grade. But then after middle school, it's a moot point. The dumbing down of our children is a thing. The lack of arts. My daughter, they don't even have an art class in her elementary. My daughter takes an art class after school every Monday. I had to pay for private art for her to go to art. I had to pay for my son to go to an art school. I had to drive him to art school after school every Wednesday because he loved art and they didn't have art in his in elementary. So my kids are all, I'm artsy fartsy. So the idea that they didn't have art, I thought that was inconceivable. I was like, they don't have art. I'm like, what do you mean they don't have art? Like, well, they got it in middle school and high school. We don't have art in elementary. Wait, what? Like, I blew my mind. They didn't have no instruments, no nothing in elementary school. Yeah, that's wild. It is wild. Like, I had to pay. I had to pay for private lessons, virtual classes. And that's the name of the game now. With education, if you have money, you do good. But yeah, I thought I'd come. I love Prince. I love Prince. Prince was he was a real one. He was a real one. I miss artists like Prince. I miss the Diane Carrolls and the Harry Belafonte and Sidney Poitier. And granted, these people were not perfect. They had messy lives. They did things, but they actually cared about what they were talking about. They actually Harry Belafonte surrounded himself with people that were more knowledgeable than him. Harry Belafonte went to Africa. Harry Belafonte went to the Caribbean. Like Harry Belafonte went all over this world seeking knowledge. So it wasn't like that these people were perfect, they led perfect lives, but they were out there seeking truth. You understand what I'm saying? That doesn't exist today. What exists today is everybody wants to be right and nobody wants to be wrong. And that's the issue that I have with social media. And that's the issue that I have with this generation. I tell my kids all the time, it's okay not to know shit. It's okay to admit that you don't know things. People ask me about certain things, I'll be like, I don't know. Like when people talk about mass incarceration or policing, I'm not hip on policing and mass incarceration. That's not my cross to bear. So when everybody starts talking about that, I kind of fall back a little bit because I don't know. I mean, I know about prison. Like I said, family members have been in prison. I can take it back from that angle. But when you're talking about like the prison industrial complex and the school to prison pipeline, those are things that I vaguely know about, but I don't know a lot. So I don't speak on those things. Somebody asks me my opinion, I'll give you my opinion, but then I'll back it up with saying, well, I really haven't really studied police brutality. That's not my wedge issue. Police brutality and policing and incarceration, I don't know. I don't know enough about it to really be up here speaking on it like I'm some kind of expert. But in this day and age, nobody wants to admit that they don't know everything about everything. And it's okay to not know things about things, y'all. It's okay. It's okay. I don't know everything about everything. It's okay. But now these days, everybody wants to know, everybody wants to be a know-it-all. Nobody wants to admit that they don't know something. Rarely do you hear people going, well, I don't really know much about that. People are spot off opinions that are factually just all kinds of errors. I'm like, that's not right. That's not. And it irritates me because I feel like I have to come up and snatch people up and be like, that's not true. What are you talking about? Here in California, you can only go to a 4-year college if you take an advantage placement AP classes. And they don't offer the classes at many socioeconomic disadvantaged schools. Yes. Keyboarding, you learn how to do your resume as a freshman. Yeah, they don't even teach that. They don't even teach. I'm gonna have to teach my son how to do a resume, or he's gonna have to take a class for it because they don't even teach economics in school no more. So I said our education system, especially in the inner cities, has failed us. So again, instead of people wanting to be doctors and lawyers, people want to be rappers and basketball players. That's how it was during my generation, and even more so now. People want to be rappers, YouTubers, influencers, and singers and dancers. That it's just morphed into something different now. Now everybody wants to be a YouTuber. And I thank God every day my kid don't go to one of them schools where everybody wants to be a athlete or a singer or a hairstylist or they want to be a YouTuber. Everybody's like, oh, I want to be online and be famous. And I'm like, do you have a backup plan? Like the limit, I'm gonna do a whole video about education too. But I just feel like our generation, like we're losing our generation, y'all. I just feel like I work hard because I don't live in the inner city. But I remember in my day, it was bad in my day. So now these days, and I have friends who kids go to schools like in Dallas and not in the suburbs where I'm at. And it's bad. Like their education system is not very good. And the influence of other kids around them is a problem as well too. Because like I said, none of these kids are really, like I said, I'm gotten way off topic, but I'm gonna leave it with this. I will do a video about education because education is not about intelligence. It's really about money. It's really about money. I mean, it really is. I've learned things as a parent. I'm gonna tell y'all a little secret to y'all parents out there. Y'all wonder how these kids get in these rich elite schools? How these white kids get in Harvard and Yale? Besides money, they have tutors. I live in a suburb, and they have tutors. Like it's a thing out here. And so if you don't have money to tutor your kid, they're not going to get good grades. And these parents, these rich parents know it. And I figured that out when my son was in 3rd grade. By the time the pandemic was over, I figured it out real hard that all these parents got their kids in tutoring. That's how they get ahead. That's the secret. Yeah, a lot of them are legacy kids. Besides the legacy kids, the ones who aren't, how they get ahead in the education system is tutoring And tutoring costs money and it's expensive. And it's a multi-million-dollar business. In Texas, there are tutoring centers all over in the suburbs. In Dallas and in the hood, they're not that much. You come out to the suburbs, there's literally a tutoring center. Like on every corner. Like in my small town that I live in, we have 3 tutoring centers. I live in a town of like 7,000 people. We have 3 tutoring centers run by, individuals. Yeah, you got to put a lot of work for it. In order for your kid to succeed, to get ahead and get to a good college, they need a tutor. And I've talked to these Indian parents and y'all wonder how Indians and Asians are taking over the technology in the medical field because they have their kids and tutors all like 3-4 times a week, whether it be online tutoring or going to a center. So these kids are not much smarter than anybody else. They don't have anything genetically better than you and I, or as a black parent, as a minority parent, as a white parent. These Indian and Asian kids, they study their asses off 24/7. They're not focused on sports. They're not focused on entertainment. I have Asian friends and I asked them how they do their parenting, and it's vastly different than the way parenting do here. Their kids are studying all the time. Their kids are not relying upon sports and entertainment as extracurricular activities. They're at tutoring centers 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. During the summertime, they're taking class. My son is starting June 3rd, is taking a summer refresher class because I'm getting him ready for high school because I can afford it. There are some kids who are just naturally talented and gifted, but most kids are not. These Asians and the Indian kids, they're not. All of these kids are not smarter than your kids. They have resources. They work 2 jobs because they understand how the game is played. Because in India and China and South Korea, that's all they do is send their kids off to tutors. It's a thing that's ingrained in their culture. Like nobody gets into a good school unless you have it. You have to have, it's like a requirement. Yeah, and their parents are really, really involved and really involved in their education. And I'm really involved in my kids' education. And other parents just don't care. And that's weird to me. They were like, you're more like an Asian. They're like, you're an honorary Asian parent. They call Kiki, they said, I'm a tiger mom. They call them tiger parents because they own their kids about the education. My kids don't have no rest during the summertime. During the summertime, my kids are online during virtual classes. So they don't really have like a summer routine. They online doing virtual stuff. They've been like this ever since my kids were younger. During the summer, they're writing books, they're writing book reports, they're doing worksheets because to keep them afresh during the summer, because I realized that this is what the Asians and the Indian parents were doing. And I asked them, I was like, so what are y'all doing? And they were like, oh, my kid's going to Harvard and we start SAT classes in 9th grade. And we start taking them to the SAT center in 9th grade. So in 9th grade, they're putting their kids in the SAT center. That's what Indian and Asian parents are doing. So how they get into these elite schools and these good programs, they start them tutoring like in kindergarten. They start SAT tutoring in 9th grade. They're not worried about sports and dating, and their kids is in them books all the time during the summer, during 24/7. So that's kind of how I go. That's a secret of how these kids get. People like Asian kids are so smart. No, they just work harder. They just work hard. So hats off to the Asian, my Indian brother, because they put me on. I'm like, put me on, Ming Ho, put me on. So Ming Ho put me on. She like, girl, let me tell you, this is what we doing. This is what the Chinese do. Really, girl? This is what y'all do? This is what all the Chinese parents do. Well, I'm gonna do that. What y'all doing? Her kids are in honors classes. Her kid was valedictorian this year. So I was like, girl, Ming Ho put me on. She put me on. She like, go to this tutoring center, say I sent you, I get a discount. She like, I'll tell you how to do it. She's like, other parents don't even ask. She's like, they just assume that my son is brilliant. He's not. She's like, he's been in tutoring center since he was 5. So the Asian parents, the Chinese parents put me on. Y'all, they put me on. They hipped me to the game. And then when we got there, I see the Indian parents and we sit in the lobby and talk. And then they have their kids in music classes and art classes and tutoring classes. Like their kids are well-rounded children. So I gotta tell people, get outside of your community. And when you start seeing the kids who are successful, who get the highest grades. I want to know who got the highest grades. Who's the smartest kid in school or smartest kid in your class? I want to talk to that person's parents. Because, like, again, some kids are just naturally brilliant, but most are not. So you got to go to the Indian and Asian parents and ask them to put you on. And they'll put you on. They be like, really? You want to get put on with? I'm like, yeah, put me on, man. Like, put me on. Like, what y'all doing? And they'll tell you what they're doing. They put you on. Like, how your kid get all these AP courses? Oh, they study all day. They don't come home after school and watch TV. No, and be on. They be studying. It's how they put their kids on. So I'm gonna do a whole video about that education. Like I said, I'm gonna do Love After Lockup. Watch it live. I appreciate everybody being here. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. There are 12 people in here. Like, I appreciate y'all coming in here. It's been 2 hours and 45 minutes. I didn't talk to my kids and about to riot. They out here like in the kitchen, raiding the kitchen. And I appreciate y'all. Um, I appreciate. Make sure y'all thumbs up. And I appreciate everybody being here and listening to what I had to say about the whole Diddy situation. And we'll see how it unfurls. And I'll come back and I'll do my life after lockup this evening. But I gotta go to the gym. Anyway, y'all like, share, subscribe. Y'all go to Nomadic Kitty, which is my other channel, which I posted a Diddy video on Nomadic Kitty, and y'all read in the comment section the foolishness in the comment section on Nomadic Kitty. And I appreciate everybody be here. Make sure you subscribe. If you like my info, please subscribe. Y'all want to see? Hey, I might know. I know a lot of things about a lot of things, just enough to be dangerous, but I don't know everything, y'all. Like I said, I don't speak on nothing on my channel that I don't know. If I don't know about something, y'all don't hear me talking about police brutality or mass incarceration. I don't know a lot about that. There's a lot of topics about social justice that that's not my wheelhouse. Yeah, Nomadic Kitty with the AI kitty on there. And I put a lot of effort in. I put effort into those videos. I have to write scripts. I'm not on camera for these videos. I have to write the scripts. I have to put the videos together. I narrate some of them. Like, I put, I'm not on camera, and that's what I like. I don't like being on camera all the time, y'all. I just come on camera with y'all, but I really don't like being on camera. But, economics was definitely a fun class. Like, I have to teach my kids economics at home. My kids know a lot about stocks and they know about writing a check and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I appreciate everybody being here. I love y'all. And like I said, if you got anything else to say, I'm going to post this video. Put it in the comments. Head on over to Nomadic Kitty. Make sure y'all subscribe there. Like I said, Nomadic Kitty is my first real YouTube channel, because to me, this is not a real YouTube channel. This is a YouTube channel I fell into that somehow I got over 1,000 subscribers and I got monetized. So my other YouTube channel is me attempting to do a real YouTube channel. So y'all support that over there. But anyway, y'all have a good day. And I love After Lockup. I'll be back tonight to do that, to watch it live. Bye.